Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look
Hey.
at
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a mold, no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side flyer. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome on in. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. We are streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, the channel, Miami 560 WQM. Streaming live on the Odyssey app for your ears, AUDACY. We got plenty of time to bitch about the Dolphins and lick our wounds. But first, we got a Wolverines legend on the show. Let's congratulate.
Bunch of cheaters.
Wolverines.
Hey,
Listen.
I thought it'd be a cold day in hell before I'll be able to say these words. Nick Saban got out coached.
I know.
Ooh.
That's the thing that makes it okay, Marcos, is like, yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Anytime you get to see Nick Saban look like a boob at the end of the game, it's just, it's so good.
You could put whatever twist you want on the victory, on the team. But there's one thing you can't deny. In that game, Nick Saban got out coached.
Did you?
And it wasn't even, first of all, their offensive line can't block any type of defensive line games. And if you put 4 people on one side, Marcos, you could have blitzed from the weak side and wasn't nobody going to touch you. And they did that all day. I was like, wow, you think you probably ought to do something to combat this there, Alabama? That being said, for it to only be a 7-point game in overtime, the way Michigan played that game, I was terrified.
So you were nervous the entire time?
The whole time, because those are the games you lose when you play with your food.
Yeah, well, they played with their food up until the very end. It took you down to overtime. Thankfully, the dumbest play we've ever seen.
I think Alabama was terrified of letting Milroe throw the football. Because it got to the point where we just gonna run 1920s wing T offense, and you're gonna be our other running back because I'm terrified to throw it. Terrified.
But you got the Goosies?
By what? The win? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That last play. Wait, not to mention
Goosies.
When have you seen a running back run through an Alabama defense like that?
It was very impressive.
Right. I mean, it was it was a good game. Number one, you redeemed yourself because you about had me jump through the TV when you just blatantly blocked somebody in the back. I was like, oh. But yeah, to be honest with you, the 2 playoff games were probably the most entertaining that we've seen because usually one team gets blown out.
No, they were both great.
Yeah.
They were both great. And we got yourself a Washington versus Michigan national championship.
And I'm trying to, you know what I was thinking the whole time watching that second game? This guy didn't win the Heisman?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it was my first time watching Washington. I was like, oh, lefty. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
I thought Tua was the only one left.
And keep in mind, he used to be a runner. He had a knee injury or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was always tough. You got to see sad Matthew McConaughey as well, but Now
let's be clear. All the other January 6th or the January 1st 6 bowl games were terrible.
I didn't watch any of them.
But those 2 made up for it. I forgot. some of them were being played. I thought there
Probably
was just only 2.
Yeah, probably should have. Outside of spending my night watching Heat Clippers, oof, that was a rough one last night. Not worth the stay up. If anybody was,
stay up,
not worth the stay up, dude. You want to listen if you're gonna sit up for a West Coast Heat game, and I always feel proud because Eric Reed's telling me like these are the best Heat fans. I'm like, you're damn right, Eric. And I'm sitting there and I'm just watching Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and James Harden just throttle the Heat everywhere. That's a good team.
No, it is.
That's a good team.
Is.
Quietly, it really has become a good team.
I can say this without a doubt. Because of NFL and the college football during bowl season and how they just decided the NFL just said, bleep everybody, we're going to play football when we want. I totally forgot about the Heat.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame
because
I don't blame it. Hasn't been a great weekend. They lost to the Jazz and the Clippers, and Jimmy Butler got hurt in 3 seconds. So he's out for, I don't know, another 5 games. So it hasn't been fantastic. They're on their 21st starting lineup. And if you like watching Bam shoot a lot of free throws, that was the game for you. But other than that, nobody really showed up in the second half.
And then the other thing was Dallas, the officials gave you a gift. Detroit beat your ass. And it changed.
You're going all the way back to Saturday.
It changed the whole NFC playoff picture.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
That's okay. That's you've been holding on to that one. But
no,
you're right.
I wasn't holding on to it. It just hit me as we were talking about the weekend of sports because we haven't
we
haven't been together. But now, the elephant in the room.
It's about that time, right?
That's why I just I wanted to talk about other stuff.
Right. Well, those are your headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
Oh, we're going black truck today because it was black truck. Look, the only thing missing is the coffin because that was terrible.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll get into the massacre that was on Sunday, Dolphins and Ravens, and all of our undies being very, very dirty going into this weekend, and a winner take all against the Bills. A nightmare scenario. Back after this.
Yeah. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry.
All right, welcome back, you rascals. It's Tobin and Leroy. Happy New Year out there, everybody. Happy 2024.
What's the rule on that? Like, how far can I go with that? 2 weeks?
I like to go first, third. For like emails and things like that, I only give it a week. If I haven't seen you in a while, you want to
Here's
say
how long it should last.
tell me a Happy New Year on the 10th. I'll be okay with it.
When your kids go back to school from that long ass break.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good measure.
When does that happen? You guys are they?
This is the last
Next week. So next Tuesday, I think that is when the kids go back.
Jesus.
Which, man, that's going to be a bad traffic day. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's gonna be a bad
keep that in
traffic day.
mind, everyone. Keep that in mind.
That's going to be a bad traffic day. But I think Leroy's right. Yeah, they give that one Happy New Year back to everybody, and that's all. That's all. And then for Schmeeth and Schmolnick, it's always you can take your Happy New Year.
Well, I said Happy New Year, and he responded, "Go to hell."
But listen, some people it's New Year, new me. For Schmeethan, it's the same year or New Year, same him, same curmudgeon. Speaking of curmudgeons, if you guys want to complain about the Dolphins game, we'll hear your calls out 305-567-0560. It was an unmitigated disaster. I mean, the 56-19, you lose to the Baltimore Ravens with everything on the line, and I felt like
Nick Chubb.
You lose Bradley Chubb. Not Nick
Bradley
Chubb.
Chubb.
You lost both Chubbs now.
Yep.
Both parts of the Chubb family tree are now injured.
Yep. So you lost 2 Pro Bowl rush-ins during the course of the year.
Yep. Not gonna have Xavier Howard this week. He's out.
My biggest concern with all of it was that the defense was building, right?
Yeah.
And it just came to a screeching halt, and the Ravens were able to do whatever the hell they wanted.
Well, you know what the thing that was interesting about it is sometimes it seems like the simplest solutions. It's crazy how they're not exploited more. Maybe that's just it takes a great player to do it, and you can hide it more. But it basically felt like they said, "Oh, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to attack their backup linebacker and their backup cornerback the entire game. Good luck." Good luck, because Justice Hill, is that what the guy's name was? I mean, that dude, Duke Riley's still probably waking up in a cold sweat, just like thinking about that guy running past him willy-nilly. Guy had like 200 all-purpose yards. And then, of course, we have, the OG bum himself, who we knew. It was a matter of time.
I warned you guys.
I warned
you guys.
We knew it was eventually a thing, but Eli Apple got completely roasty toasted. And didn't help that Xavier Howard
looked like
injury, but he
looked like on a couple of plays on that field that he couldn't remember what team he played for.
Yep.
He was just standing there and first of all, if you watch the play develop, one of the plays, you see the wheel route coming. You got all of your defense in the inside. Why are you chasing a post? I'm like,
he looks so confused.
Right.
I'm just, I don't understand it. It was
I understand it. I understand it. I warned you guys.
No, I know, but it was like you have him out there, and now he's going to be out there again this week because Xavier Howard's not going to play.
Well, guess what?
So
here comes some wheel routes. Here comes backside of the backfield. They just going to exploit that.
It's just
now. Here's what I would say defensively. The one thing I noticed early on in the game, in all the previous maybe 4 or 5 weeks, between Chubb and Von Ginks and the sealer, and they were getting after the quarterback.
Yeah.
In this game, it almost seemed like they were trying to maintain their position on the field and not rush Lamar Jackson. Almost like just kind of hold him up and keep the lanes, so he couldn't run.
Yeah, it looked like that, and also I just think the Ravens line has been awesome. And I don't know if they were.
I know I can't, because guess what?
I didn't see
you can't tell me the Ravens the way the Dallas Cowboys have set up their offensive line, they weren't pretty damn good too. And you took some,
but they were banged up. They didn't have.
Yeah.
They were banged up going into that one. I mean,
have you ever
had a game where Christian Wilkins was a ghost?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Like he wasn't.
But when you watch the game, it didn't look like they were going after the quarterback. It looked like they were just holding up and kind of looking around to make sure that he didn't run. I know what that looks like, right?
Mhm.
And my thing was, okay, that's fine now. But when Lamar Jackson starts picking you apart, you got to start going after him. You got to change it a little bit, right? And it wasn't like, no, you don't get blocked like that. Those guys don't get blocked like that.
Yeah.
That had to be part of the game plan for them guys to just maintain your lane and make sure that Lamar Jackson doesn't run all over you. And that's what it looked like. And he picked you apart.
Bad plan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But here, there's a lot of teams that have bad plans to start a game. But it's how you adjust during the course of the game. They didn't try to bring any additional pressure. They didn't try to, okay, let's run some games inside to try to change it up a little bit. They were so terrified of Lamar Jackson running that you literally let him pick you apart.
Yeah, I know. He is terrifying. He's the best. He's the unquestioned MVP. He's amazing.
God. There's no
and
that we can put that to sleep.
Oh, I mean, it's crazy. Like, look, this guy I mean, if his two legs are healthy, I don't think it's a question.
Just the fact, but here, of all of the running quarterbacks that we've seen in the past, I do believe he's the best thrower, the best passer of the football.
For sure.
And you got to start making some decisions on how you're going to approach that, right? Because you can't, as evident on Sunday, you can't just sit back and hope that he makes a mistake throwing the football, because that ain't happening.
No.
And so if you're going to get beat that way anyway, you might as well try to
I
take control of the game.
I honestly felt like my first it happened as soon as Tyreek Hill dropped that touchdown.
Yep.
As soon as he dropped that touchdown, you had to settle for 3. I was like, oh no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Not on the road.
Not against him.
Not that wide open. You can't have the ball in your hands. Touchdown. And I've never seen him look that uncoordinated. I don't know what the hell happened to him.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what happens in those situations, right? You're so concerned with where you are on the field that he may have started trying to pay attention to where he was on the field.
Like in the out of bounds?
Yeah.
I was like,
that
doesn't happen to Cheetah.
I know, but if sometimes you have to know where you are and you can't look, right? But it almost seemed like he was starting to pay attention to where he was, make sure he get his feet down, not realizing he had just crossed the goal line.
Man, let's go to Ricardo. What's up, Ricardo?
Good morning, Tobes, Leroy, JFig, Marcos. Happy New Year, guys. How we doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right. Well, before I get into the disaster I saw on Sunday, Leroy, I just want to congratulate you on Michigan football, man. What a hell to break a streak.
Yep.
Of all these years of getting there almost and then flopping, but this time around, awesome.
Yep, it
Absolutely awesome. So, to start with Miami, I don't really. It could be pointing all directions. The defense made no type of adjustments whatsoever. Like you said, Leroy, a couple minutes ago, just dropping back, trying to see if Lamar can make a mistake. That was never going to happen. Actually, he played to that strong suit, and they showed a bunch of plays where he just sitting there, waiting for plays to develop, and he's just hitting darts, hitting targets. So super terrible from Fangs on adjustments and not sending pressure, like you said, Leroy, trying to get to Lamar, making him just get nervous. Like, I thought that's just general common sense, and they just didn't want to do it.
Right.
So, and then, like you said, Tobes, Tyreek dropping the touchdown just completely changed the momentum. The offense couldn't really get back on its 2 feet. Tua, that's tough. Tua giving away Christmas presents again.
Throwing interceptions after getting
New Year.
Yeah. Throwing interceptions after getting a fumble That's not tough. That's not tough.
And yeah, that to me was like, okay, we needed that change in direction. Thank you, Sealer and on up. And just to give it right back, it's we got to sort of look at Tua and things like this because we rely on him regardless of what the defense does. We have to try to get the offense back and get a score and drive down the field. But Tua keeps showing time and time again that he just can't get it, even with all the weapons that he has or whether people are out. And what really pissed me off was that, like you said, Tobes, Hill dropping the touchdown killed momentum. Yep. And then he's just running back to the sideline, laughing his ass off like, oh, we'll get it next time. There was never a next time.
There wasn't a next time. You're right. Like, and it was tough. Like, yeah, Tua had two stinkers. And thanks for calling. I appreciate the call, man. He had both of his interceptions. I mean, that was a great play by Roquan. I mean, he snatched that ball with one hand. Right. I mean, he's a great linebacker, but that was they're just at inopportune times. I mean, you're talking about the end of the first half. You're trying to keep up with them, and you're still in the game at that point. You have a drive to basically, you could go and take the lead on it, and instead you're giving them the football, and they take that turnover and they turn it into blowout city. You're basically not in the game from then thereafter.
Then they get the ball coming back out of the half, so it was twofold.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the Sealer one where he gets the to give it right back. Like you make, okay. Cause you could always talk yourself into, we were literally in this position last year and you get that turnover from Sealer and then you just give it right back. And you're just, was killer. Like Tua and Tua had some nice throws that I thought this is one of those things where it's like, I get that Tua is going to get the headlines and I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve blame, but I just thought it was just a piss poor effort all around. I thought his receivers sucked. Thought they had times where that bucket, he dropped that dime right into Chase Claypool. Hey, Chase Claypool, all this talking that you're doing, yak, get me out of town. You get to the Miami Dolphins, you want to play. Tua puts it literally right in your breadbasket between three defenders. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Like, I think, when you see a game like that and you say, nobody made a play. Nobody made a play that would kind of galvanize the team,
right?
Where, either a big turnover, you have a big turnover to give it right back. You have two drop balls in the end zone. Like nothing could never get going to where you could go to the sideline and say, okay, guys, we got them. Let's just keep it in there because I do believe that if the Dolphins had kept it close, right, that Fangio would have changed it up a little bit, right? Because he would have had to keep them in the game by putting some pressure on them. But the fact that the offense wasn't really doing anything either, right? And they weren't taking advantage of the opportunities they got, it just was disappointing. Now, with Tua, hey, man, I told you a long time ago, that guy eats on the football field where not many people go.
He's a cat burglar.
He will throw it and sometimes it looks great and sometimes it looks god awful. But I'll say this also, that when you see a defense playing that way, right, where they know you run these in cuts and they know run these square ins and these crossing routes across the middle, and all of the defense is in the middle of the field, then as a play caller, you got to change that up a little bit and run more go routes, more crossing routes where they just keep going instead of squaring in the middle of the field. You got to help your team out that way also. So it kind of got away from them before all of the things that I'm talking about had an opportunity to take place. And I do believe that if the game was closer, we might have seen some of these changes, but I think defensively I would have did it sooner because you wasn't stopping them.
Shmee Schmolnik says that receivers run in cuts. Tobin eats thin crust.
Point for
Do you like thin crust?
No, I don't actually. I don't like.
I was a big fan. We had.
I thought he was gonna go. Tobin eats in cutlets, and then I was like, that's obvious. I love cutlets.
So I had. So we had a little pizza this weekend,
Yep.
Ordered some pizza. And because Fonz decided that where we were going for New Year's wasn't good enough for him, he was going to have his own party.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine leaving a party and coming back to 50 people at your house.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my goodness. So I ordered him some pizzas or what have you. And I ordered a couple of shacaronis. Delicious. Sure wish the Heat had won because, you know, them pizzas.
Could have been half off.
Yeah, it could have been half off. Them pizzas was adding up. I tried to put it in anyway. They say, sorry, the Heat did not win.
Sorry, you got jazzed.
And so, yeah, so that was good. But then I got stuffed crust. And I realized when you get stuffed crust, there's hardly no pizza.
Yeah, they trick you.
They put it's just they have determined that they're gonna make a pizza where you'll be so attracted by the cheese that you misdirection. There's no meat on that puppy.
It's Papa John's motion. You're looking over here and you don't realize, hey, where's my actual cheese?
But all very delicious.
Of course.
So
Don, what's going on, man?
Hey guys, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, buddy. Happy New Year.
And all that good stuff. Well, you know, we're going to fall back to one of my old lines. Hey, by the way, really appreciate you guys taking calls. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
I still think we need an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Sorry. This guy can't extend the play. He even gets hurt when he slides. He falls down before anybody touches him.
I mean, he did get blasted. Holy smokes.
I mean,
it was a penalty, Don. It was a penalty.
Yeah, like what at what point are you like when he gives up? We all clearly know Tua has given up to slide, and they all hit him. It was kind of a heady play by Tua because it should have been a penalty, but whatever.
Yeah, well, go back to that, you know. What about that throw where he was getting sacked and he threw the ball? Where was the intentional grounding? I'm not beating up on our team. I'm a Dolphin fan through and through, okay? But the problem is I've never been a Tua fan. And the defense, going back to what you were talking about, everybody that's watched football, I've watched football since 1968. Everybody that's watched football knows the way you beat a good quarterback is you have to pressure him. That's how you beat Mahomes. That's how you beat Brady. That's how you beat anybody is you pressure them. You guys are right. We just watched that guy pick us apart. And it was disheartening. But, hey, can they pull it together and beat Buffalo? That's what I want to know. What do you guys think? Hey, happy New Year again. Thanks for taking my call.
There you
have
go.
a one.
See you, Don. Appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely. They can beat Buffalo because
the one thing is it's going to be interesting how Fangs goes about this because, like you said, you're hoping – in Lamar's case, you're hoping that he makes a mistake. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Josh Allen makes mistakes. I mean, like,
yeah, but here, the reason why Josh Allen makes mistakes is because he gets pressured. You ain't gonna sit back with Josh Allen either.
Yeah.
Because here's the other problem. I'm a firm believer. If your guy ain't gonna cover, you might as well blitz him because the guy gonna be open anyway. You see what I'm saying? So if you got guys running scot-free down the middle of the field because guys don't know what they're doing or guys not covering them, you might as well blitz them. What's the difference?
Well, the problem with getting pressure on him is the Dolphins just lost their $100 million pass rusher. We'll talk about that coming on up as Mike McDaniel reflects on Bradley Chubb's torn ACL, down 30. We'll get to that. If you guys are on hold, your calls, 305-567-0560. We'll get to those on the other side as well. Back after this. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. We'll still give out Leroy's game balls and game bums coming up later on in today's program. We got a little damages done coming up later on.
We also have a certain person that has to get ready.
Yeah.
Wow. Ready for what?
Ready for what, Leroy?
You know what?
You know what you're talking about. Old double digits.
You know what?
Old double
Last
digits.
I checked, you haven't even gone to the dartboard yourself.
I will. Don't
okay?
lash out. I'm happy.
You're going
I'm
first.
happy. That's fine. I'll go first. Doesn't mean like, listen, you're not gonna hit a bullseye. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Jennifer, you are lashing out right now.
I hope I
Take responsibility for your
Yeah,
own.
take it. Nobody on this microphone is hiding from running with the dartboard of doom, but man, double digit losses.
double digits.
I think I lost by
dude.
a half game. You lost. I mean, you
Wow.
were in the dust.
Look, I
Yeah.
don't want to talk about it. It's a new year, new me, right?
Is it the new
Well,
year? New
The
you?
old you was thrown at the dartboard before we become the new you.
Mm. Leroy, look at us. Never been defeated.
Marcos,
Old
don't make me
chaps.
go to next door.
Look
Mark-
at us.
Don't make me
yeah,
do
you,
that.
you with your 2 draws. It's the only reason you got the same amount of wins.
Woo!
Man,
Meanwhile, I had double-digit wins, didn't I?
Nah, well, no
You
one
know
can really worry
what?
about that.
I don't like them.
You win by an inch, you win by a mile. A win is a win. That's what they said in
All
Fast and
right.
Furious.
you didn't have double digit wins, by the way. You had 9.
What did I have?
Oh, look at that.
You were 9-6.
No, wait a minute.
9-6.
Hold on.
Mm.
Let me confirm that. You just been trying to take away from my.
I'm not taking away from anything. You were 9-6.
Hold on. Let me see. So no. So I won 2 games last week.
No,
That
wait,
makes
you're
me
right.
10-5.
You were at 10-5. My
10
bad.
and oh, hey, you know what?
-1.
Yeah.
For math,
I had Houston as a loss. He did win in Houston. I forgot.
For
that.
sad.
math.
Oh my goodness.
Philadelphia. Oof. Oof.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness. Not only did they not win,
Terrible.
they lost.
Oh man. Let's hear from Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel talked about the Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb is a torn ACL. He hurt it down 30. If you want to just know how bad the game, it's not only that you lost, but then you started getting your guys hurt. Tua banged up his shoulder down 30. Then Bradley Chubb tore his ACL down 30. Awful. Here was Mike McDaniel yesterday on that whole Bradley Chubb thing.
There's too many variables to it was a tough moment that I wish it wouldn't have happened. Hindsight's 2020. But everything really every decision I make, I understand how important it is to everyone that I'm doing the right thing for the team and the organization. And when things like that happen, yeah, the burden is great. Speaking for, I always learn from things. And, one thing I can always, you can be rest assured that the proper intent will be applied to every decision I make, because I take the weight of that. I don't take the weight of that lightly at all.
There you go.
Obviously, here's what everybody needs to understand. Okay. 1, you only have 47 guys.
Right.
So, and a couple of guys were already out. So you're limited in what moves you can make anyway.
Didn't have Agba that week either.
Right.
He
If it would have happened to Christian Wilkins, or if it happened to Sealer, would we have said the same thing? Like you don't have, this isn't a college roster where you can just go in and throw in the young guys and just get us out of this week. There are going to be some guys that have to play simply because of the numbers and where you are on the roster and who can go in and play.
It's just a classic disaster. Like, you can't.
That's
It's like, what can you do? Like, you're already getting embarrassed, and on top of it, on a non-contact, it's not even also like somebody rolled up on him or somebody, hit him blindside or something like that. His knee crumbled on the field. Literally could happen in a practice. Like,
Right. And
What
that's
are you supposed
so
to do?
for anybody to
How
say
can you foresee that?
for anybody to say, why is he out there? Well, I ask you this. Who else you're gonna put in and who you're gonna determine should be out or shouldn't be out, right? For example, Javon Holland was probably still a little banged up.
Yep,
He needs some reps. He ain't played football in a while.
for sure.
You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, usually in those situations, you might try to get the quarterback out, or you might take, your veterans out. Like it would be a situation where, like, if Tua's in there, I'm not taking Armstead out, but if you put Mike White in there, or who ended up going? Mike White, right?
Mike White, yeah.
Mike White went in there.
It was the great first play of him to Chris Brooks fumble.
Then I would.
You know what? Weren't you the one that didn't wish him any success?
Yeah, I'll tell you
So-
what.
This is your fault.
That is your wish has come to fruition.
Your fault.
Every time this guy
Your
touches
fault.
the ball, it's a turnover.
The first play that he got this year was a 75-yard bomb to Robbie Chosen.
That doesn't count.
Oh, so the first. What do you mean it doesn't count?
That doesn't count.
He had no success. He had success.
It's like a bingo spot. Everyone gets one.
Game, you got to see it on Bomsky.
What has he done since then?
He's the backup quarterback.
Well, he needs to back the hell up.
But anyway, there's really no need for Mike McDaniel to have to take any heat for it because it's football. You only have 47 guys. I'm thinking that's what the number is. You have 52 guys and you have 4 or 5 inactives.
He, of course, feels bad about it.
Yeah,
Like, I
he
listened to
feels
his-
bad.
I've never listen. That guy talks a lot. When he was asked about this after the game, I think he talked for 7 minutes straight after like answering this. And by the end, he was just like, "If I had a time machine, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, he's clearly this is a guy who cares about his players. When he goes over to Bradley Chubb on the cart and he's blowing sweet nothings in his ear, like he's busted up about it. It's a terrible thing. You not only got your ass kicked, but you lost $100 million pass rusher. You've already been down Jalen Phillips.
Right.
Like,
You literally lost 2 Pro Bowl rush-ins.
It's a catastrophe. It is. Like, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. The Miami Dolphins are falling apart. And not only that, they lose 2 guys who I don't know if you're going to have them next year.
Right. This is the epitome of insult to injury.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's
it happens. I don't think anybody needs to take any undue, heat from it. Like it's football. Like you can't and for people to just assume he could throw somebody else in, who? Some of the backups were out.
Just clone a Van Ginkel.
Oh yeah.
Steve,
Who also couldn't cover 43.
Oh my God. Nobody that guy was amazing. Steve's in Sunrise. What's up, Steve?
How you doing? First of all, I'm going to say hello, Leroy, JFig, and now I'm calling for you, Tobin. I don't know if you remember me. Steve from Sunrise. Let me just refresh your memory, pal. Yeah, okay. Well, let me refresh your memory. After week 2.
I remember Mike. Are you related to Mike?
No, I called in after that Denver win, and I told you, hey, just don't get too excited. They didn't make any adjustments. The Dolphins aren't this good. They're going to end up as the old Dolphins.
Did he really call Marcos? Go make sure this guy, I want to make sure this guy's not making up because he's already said this game was week 2. And week 2 was not the Denver game. I don't remember you.
Week 3, I'm sorry, week 3, then whatever. You went on a rant, Tobin. You went on a rant on me. Tobin has bent me over, spanked my knee. Tua's going to do this. You went on a total rant.
I don't think I did.
And now I'm calling you.
Hey.
I'm calling you, pal, for the apology right
Steve,
now.
Steve,
apologize.
Hold up, Steve. I'm gonna tell you from 8+ years of experience, you can go down that road, but he's like a slithering snake. He gonna wiggle out of it some kind of way. Now all of a sudden he has
let's hear him out. Let's hear him out. Let's hear my pal out here. What do you want an apology for?
First of all, I wasn't your pal that day, pal.
You called me pal. So if you want to be my pal and pal around here on my radio show, tell me what you want an apology for.
I want an apology because I called you that day. I didn't say anything wrong. I just said, hey, it's early in the season. They didn't make any adjustments. The Dolphins always falter. And you made me the laughing stock in front of Leroy and JFig, and you were laughing at me and having a grin and go return. Yeah, just like you did there, pal. But who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Because your Dolphins, like every other year, happened again, buddy. Who's laughing now?
Hey,
so can I just say this?
Buddy.
Can I just say this?
What?
Why do we go on these up and down with a win or a loss? It was a terrible game.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying that this is who the Dolphins are forever?
Wait. But you guys said that's who the Dolphins were when it was 70 to
Wait. First
Hold
of
on,
all,
you've been sitting on this. Hold on.
Wait. Whoa. Let's back this bus up a little bit. Don't say you guys, because Leroy never gets that extreme one way or another.
That's true, Leroy. You're the man. I'll tell you right now.
No, I'm not, man. I just know that football's a long season.
Some way you treat your friends.
He doesn't even say my name.
But look, Steve, let me ask you this. So you think it's same old Dolphins, right?
Same old Dolphins.
So if they wait, hold on.
You can forget that call from week 3.
So if they go and win next week and then win a playoff game, are you going to feel different? Like,
but not.
You're not?
They're not, because it's the same. No, they're not, because it's the same old Dolphins. Leroy, you know this. You know this. I know you got to do this for the radio. I know you have to do this.
No, I don't have to do anything. I'm not told what to do. I'm not told what to say. I say what I think.
So search your feelings, because when it was.
I don't need to search my feelings.
But when it was 70 to whatever, Tobin acted like he was out of control. Will you admit that? Leroy?
Never.
Yeah, Tobin's always out of control. But I'm just saying, he is.
I think you're out of control, Steve.
South Florida sports lifer, right? He always does it. So I'm not going to hold that against him, because he is a fan of South Florida sports.
Yeah, I'm not closing my drapes listening to Blind Melon saying, maybe this won't be the year. Same old Dolphins in week 3 after they almost put up a record. They chose not to break a record, and Steve wanted me to be reasonable about things. What kind of life do you live, dude? Like, don't you ever stop and smell the roses? You never enjoy some fun, Steve? Do you go out to fine restaurants and say, nah? Are you the guy in the Yelp reviews who just say, you know what, Prime 112, not that great? Like, I don't understand you.
That's the problem.
It was a 70-point beatdown. Why wouldn't I be extreme? They nearly broke a record. They chose not to.
And why don't you talk about this loss today like that?
I have been. I said it was an unmitigated disaster. What haven't I said, Steve?
Oh, that you have not. You haven't done it like that, Dave.
Oh, get out of here, dude. What are you talking about? What haven't I said? What do you want me to do? Fire somebody? Steve? Is that what you want? You want me to say, Tua, hit the bricks? Steve? Is that the kind of show you want me to do? You want me to just say that everybody should go and that they're going to lose to the Bills? Is that what you want, Steve? Is that what you think this radio show should be today? Steve, pal, buddy? Because it's not going to be. No, I'm not going to admit my wrong. I'm not. They're going to beat the Bills this week. They're going to be the 2 seed. The Ravens will lose, and they'll be able to host the AFC Championship game. Okay? I'm not going to admit that I'm wrong. I'm not going to admit that I'm wrong.
When they do. Have a great day.
I'm not. Get out of here. And you're banned.
So wait. So see, here's what I hate about down here.
Oh, Steve.
Why are so many people Dolphins fans but waiting in the weeds for this?
Because it's 23. Like, well, this is the thing. It's 23 years of misery. Like, you can attest to this as you can't attest to this with the Cleveland fans. Like, they're just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yes, but here's my thing. Enjoy it. Like, you can't be miserable forever. This team looks different. It does. And so all of a sudden, every time they have a loss, we're going to go down this path. This is not the same team. This is not the same way they've played football in the last 20 years. It's not.
Look, they got spanked, but they might have gotten spanked by the best team in the NFL. That team is embarrassed. 2 11-win teams back-to-back weeks.
Exactly.
That guy's amazing. I was way more mad about the Tennessee loss than I am about this loss.
Yes.
By the way, you would have the 2 seed locked up already if you would have won that stupid game. It's like, so, you know, it was an embarrassing loss. Am I rats off a ship on Tua? No. Am I rats off a ship on Mike McDaniel? No. It's been a fun year. Go beat the Bills. Fix this. And Mike, fix it, dude.
But that's just the thing. Like look at the way this season has
Don't
gone.
lose.
Even for Baltimore, even for San Francisco, even for Philadelphia, even for the Dolphins, even for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at the way the year has gone. There's been nobody that has played football consistently like some of these fans think their team should be playing.
There's literally one team. It's the Ravens. That's it.
And that's recent because guess what? In the first 10 or 11 weeks of the season, they weren't even in the top 5 of everybody's list of teams.
Yeah.
So like from the beginning of the season to now, this season has evolved. Things have changed. Things have happened. You got to just hope. One of the things that you hope for, and it's already just decimated the Dolphins, is health, and that you can get to a position where you're playing some of your best football at the end of the year. Now, Sunday was a stinker.
Sunday was a stinker, and I haven't even used.
But like, so anyway, oh, here we go again. So every time they lose, we hear this phone call. Same old Dolphins, really?
Yeah, because I mean, like, I get the same old Dolphins people because you're scarred. I get it. It's been 23 years. I get it. But you can't say that these last 2 years,
How old's Tua?
24, 25?
So Tua was 1 or 2 years old when this all started. It's his fault now. Like, come on. Right? You got guys on the team that weren't even born. They don't give a rat's ass about your plight 20 years. They're trying to win right now. And so for you to bring your baggage in the guys that don't know what the hell you talking about, if you're a Dolphins fan, is ridiculous. I get what you're saying. Oh, no, this looks like all the other times we were good. But this ain't them. So before you jump off the ship, before you swim away and go, I don't want to invest any more into this, I got to tell you, I've been to a couple of games. People have been excited about what's happening.
Of course. This is like, look, I can just tell you as, for covering this team for as long as we have, the times of every Sunday, how many Sundays would you fall asleep in the third quarter watching this team, Leroy, over the last 10 years?
Win, lose, whether they're winning or losing, because it was so damn boring.
So boring. And now it's not that. I'm on the edge of my seat. Yeah. This one, it hurts because you have real expectations.
Listen,
I get it.
And also,
if you lose, and the pain if they lose on Sunday to the Bills on primetime is going to be unbelievable. But if you win, this is the thing, and this is the spot where Leroy always gets me because he's like, you don't think about the consequences. You're right. I don't like to think about the consequences. I like to go in these things blind, cocky as hell, and swaggering nipples. That's how I like to go into these games.
What?
Yes. So what I'm trying to tell you is, think about how great it's going to be when you beat the Bills and you are the 2 seed on national television and you embarrass them after all that bleep that they're talking. They don't have the sun to blame. That's what you got to think about. Right now, it hurts. I get you. It should hurt.
Right. I'm not like, man,
because these games have real consequence.
I'm not even saying that you shouldn't be pissed off at how your team performed. I'm not saying that at all. But like, to just make one moment in an 18-week season, the narrative is being unfair to the other 17 weeks of the football season.
These headlines are brought to you by, no, I'm kidding.
We'll take a quick break. I apologize. If you are on hold, I will get to your calls. I promise. That's Steve's fault. It's not my fault. Okay. So you blame him. If you guys have been holding along, and I know some of you have, it's Steve's fault, not mine. I love you, and we'll get to you on the other side.
Hey, what? It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of I'm not changing it. To the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Had some people ask me over the week. Change that hour to enough of it already. I'm not a coward.
It wasn't all him, dude. He had horrible plays. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
But
he had some bad.
good
He had some stinkers. He had
Yeah.
some stinkers.
It's not all on him though.
And he really does look. I don't think there's a quarterback that looks less athletic than him when they try and run. Like he's got good footwork in the pocket, but when he tries to get out there and scoot, it never feels like it's going to end well.
Here's what's amazing. Years ago, if you were a quarterback that could run, it almost downgraded you as a quarterback.
Right.
And now, if you can't run, now we criticize it.
If you were looking for where Tua and Tom Brady have some similarities, in fleet of foot is where I would put.
It's pretty amazing because if we don't recall, like everybody praising Lamar Jackson and he's probably gonna win the second MVP. Remember, there were some who wanted him to play wide receiver when he came out because he was too athletic. So let's stop with that. Like the success of you playing the position doesn't depend on whether you can run or not.
Yeah, Marcus and I were watching this clip beforehand where some host on Fox Sports Radio this week had said that he's not quarterbacky. And I was like, oof.
I like my quarterbacks to be quarterbacky.
And then the Ravens tweeted out afterwards his stat line and then just put the caption quarterbacky.
Hey, you know what? I like a good snapback from
I love a good
team Twitter.
Love it. I love it too. Let's get into some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Late last night, if you guys didn't stay up, who could blame you? Miami Heat, they fell to the Clippers 121-104. Tyler Hero scoreless in the second half. I don't know what the hell happened.
Oof.
He was rolling, baby. He was 4 of 5. I guess Kawhi and Paul George happened because he was like, well,
they are really good defenders.
Very good. No, dude.
Yeah.
They'll just snatch that ball from you and just I mean, if you wanted to find maybe the perfect fit for James Harden, get him on a team with the 2 best wing defenders ever.
So they're good now.
That way he don't have to play no defense.
Nope.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do anything. I'll tell you who was a menace yesterday was Russell Westbrook off the bench.
Oh,
he was a killer.
His energy, 1,000 miles an hour.
He just basically out jumped Kevin Love for an entry pass and like took it down the court, did it back-to-back plays, and Kevin Love was just like, hey man, they're the same age. They were in college together.
Oh, that's right.
But one doesn't look the same athletically.
One looks gray, tries to avoid running up and down the court with the long passes, and the other one is still running up and down like crazy.
We have a national championship set. Washington, the Huskies.
Oh,
take on the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah.
I'm almost thankful because if that was Texas and Houston, everybody said I was scared of playing Alabama. Nope. And I said this and I'll say it again. Once they establish who the Final Four are, you got to beat 2 of the 3 teams anyway.
Well, listen,
so
who
cares?
You want to talk about embarrassing this week? If you thought the Dolphins had the worst game of the weekend, well, if it's you, huh? Oh, that belly! Woo! Jesus. By the way, I don't know who's going to play quarterback for the Canes because this Cam Ward declared for the draft.
I know. To his brother, maybe.
To his brother, we got a lawyer. Give him some extra eligibility.
A little bit extra.
We can get the tongue of Iloa's got some pull here. Let's get this kid some more eligibility. You know. Anyway, Cliff, what's going on, Cliff?
Hey guys, good morning.
Morning, buddy. How are you?
There's some parallels here. Maybe it's just me, but when the Dolphins had Tannehill had good stats. He had some perfect quarterback ratings, and we held on to him for 7 years in the hope that he would pan out to be something. We're going to give Tua a new contract in the offseason, I believe, this year, correct?
Probably.
All right, so then I don't want to use the term stuck with him. And look, he can play in this league. Don't get me wrong. He's not going to carry a team. He's not going to put a team on his back and win the game. But, the Hard Knocks episode with him in his pajamas and the Christmas thing, that's all nice. He's a nice guy. He's a hard worker. He's dedicated. He's a family man, good Christian, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But he's not hard-nosed. He's not tough.
Wait, Cliff, can I ask you a question? Cliff.
Sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
It was less than a week ago where Tua drove the team down the field to beat Dallas.
And
so that doesn't count anymore.
It counts. But remember that 15-yard face mask penalty. That thing, I think that frustrated Dallas. And we ran a couple quick plays. We got a couple of good runs. We got that little quick screen out to Hill, and it was getting late in the game. And I think their defense was a little tired, but that's not taking away anything from the Dolphins.
Yes, it's taking everything away from him.
All of it away, Cliff.
Took all of it away. Cliff.
And you talked about his pajamas, which were adorable. How dare you, Cliff?
Yeah, I know, but I like a hard listen. I was watching after that game ended the other day. I put on YouTube and I was watching some old Marino highlights. And Marino, he couldn't scramble to save his life. But one thing, just like Brady, they kind of feel pressure when they're in the pocket. They slide around, they move around, they buy a little time, they extend the play, and I just don't see Tua doing that. And when he
you didn't see him doing that because they lost, right? Because this is what we do.
Nope.
We don't come to these conclusions when he throws for 350.
I don't want to use the term one-trick pony, and I think we'd be a 6 or 7 win game without one person, and that's Tyreek Hill.
But we won a game without Tyreek.
Yeah, but he won via shutout again without Tyreek Hill.
I get that, but I'm talking week after week. If you take away Tyreek this year,
okay,
I think we win 6 or 7 games.
But Cliff,
I truly do.
Cliff,
that's
Lamar Jackson's great, right? And he's won an MVP already.
Fantastic.
He hasn't done any real. He hasn't done any real winning.
He has one playoff win.
He hasn't done any real winning yet, and his best offensive season, which I don't even know is because he gets real receivers. Like every quarterback needs real receivers, dude. Every one of them.
Look at Patrick. Would you say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league?
No, I would not.
Really? Who would you say is the best quarterback in the league?
I think that there are quarterbacks in their individual systems and with their players that are at a somewhat
so who's the best
echelon.
But who do you think is the best?
Yeah, who's the best?
You could say Patrick Mahomes is up there with two or
just
three
said he
other
wasn't.
guys.
But okay, but name one. Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just give me your favorite quarterback to watch. Okay,
Jackson's good.
Cool.
I think
Lamar
Jackson has one playoff win.
But Lamar Jackson's best season didn't happen until he got real receivers. Like what they're doing right now, where he's not running a gazillion yards on top of it. You get Zay Flowers and you get Odell Beckham Jr. It's going to change how you look at him as a passer. Same thing with Josh Allen, who was a turnover machine. Like, I get it. People want to take away credit from Tyreek Hill. I'm not saying Tyreek Hill hasn't had a lot to do with Tua's credit, but let's not act like other receivers around the league aren't benefiting, or other quarterbacks around the league aren't benefiting from having elite receivers. They're very important. Very important. Sean's been holding on the line.
We pick and choose.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys.
What's up?
What's happening?
I want to. I'll get real with you. If I got a feeling if Tua looked like Ryan Leaf, Cliff wouldn't even call because he can't admit to nothing. But anyway, I'll just go with this. I'll say this. I think the problem with the Dolphins, we're a finesse team, man. And in my 52 years of watching football, I've never seen a finesse team go deep in the playoffs. That's the big picture for me. The Melvin Gordon run, that sealed the deal for me. I just don't see it. We're
that was embarrassing.
I'm not going to bash it.
That was embarrassing.
I'm not going to bash players or bash coaches to it. My quarterback, I like him. I've learned to like him. He's a good quarterback. And to say he's not tough, that guy's smoking something. But anyway, I think that's where we're at with this team. Thanks for taking my call.
I would say here.
The thing that annoyed me about the Melvin Gordon run was that they got into a fight right before it, and I'm like, don't fight now. Like, don't get into a kerfuffle now, and then you get run over. Because, like, I knew exactly what was going to happen when they got into that little dust up. I was like, you can't fight down 24 points and think that Lamar Jackson's not going to be like, oh, okay, we're going to go score on you again. Like, you knew exactly what was going to happen when that happened.
Here's the other problem is that I get what people say. I've said it too, and I've said it, to you guys, is that at some point you're going to need a big bruiser and you're going to have a 4-minute drill and you're going to just have to man up and go get a first down, right? At some point during the season, if you want to be a champion. It happens to everybody. When you look at a lot of these teams, now I'll say this about San Francisco too. We all say the same things about San Francisco, but nobody seems to care because they run the ball very well, right? Even when no, I know, but when it goes bad, it looks bad because it's a lot of sideways runs, it's a lot of sweeps and stuff like that, and so I get why people would think that they're not very aggressive because you used to see him fullback in between tackle runs every now and then. They're just not that team. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that they're not physical. That defense is physical. And I think the game plan, to some extent, took a lot of that away. Because I know the difference between a guy trying to make sure he covers his lane blitz and a guy that's going after the quarterback. I know what that looks like. All they were doing was standing the offensive line up and looking for Lamar. And I guess they thought he wasn't going to pick him apart. But he did. And so I can see why with that game plan, with how things went offensively, that you could say they aren't very aggressive. They aren't very physical. But I would kind of push back on that because some of the football that we've seen them play in the last few weeks is very physical, very demanding, very aggressive. And we've started to think, okay, this is the kind of defense and this is the kind of run game we're going to need going into the playoffs. It didn't happen this week. Chalk it up to a bad week, not a bad system.
Harris says Lamar was sitting in the pocket texting his wife what he wants for dinner.
Yeah,
all the time in the world.
All the time
in the world.
Literally.
We got near that ham and collard greens left over from Thanksgiving. Heat that up. I'll be home in a minute.
Just got to throw this to Zay.
Yeah, I'm like, it was one of the few times where I watched the Dolphins game and it looked like the speed on the other side was overwhelming.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
So and you have to be careful because when you have a complicated defense and you got to plug other guys in, you're not sure what they can and can't do. Now, you would assume that a veteran like Eli Apple would know exactly what to do, but you can't tell me looking out there he didn't look lost.
He was lost.
Right.
Terrible. Boom. Take a quick break. Back after this.
and Leroy.
All right, welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here on the show. Good to be back with everybody out there. Happy New Year. You guys can get up the show, 305-567-0056. You guys can join the chat on YouTube and Twitch. Miami 560 WQAM is the channel. Check us on out. And we'll have some fun. We're trying to lick our wounds a little bit today and move on. We got a big one, Sunday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. You got Tua. This was Tua after the game, trying to put the loss in perspective. And here's what Tua had to say about it.
I think if you have the perspective of things could be worse, we could not have clinched the playoff berth. We could not have been playing in a game like this that mattered for positioning with the seeding. If you think of it like that, I mean, we're right where we need to be as a team, regardless of the outcome of today. We'll be better for it, and hopefully we get to see these guys again.
Well, we'll see. He is right. They can win they can clinch the 2 seed, which would give you a couple of home games in the playoffs. Still a big one for sure. The only thing I think this kind of goes back to, the disappointment of not taking care of your business on Monday Night Football. But look, you're gonna have to be good teams if you're gonna do anything for real. Like, that's what it comes down to.
Right.
And so if you're serious about winning, having to go beat the Buffalo Bills in a building you're very good at, you've been very good at home. Tua's been very good at home. Mike McDaniel, this franchise has been very good at home. Primetime matchup with it all on the line to set yourself up for a great playoff run. If you're serious about it, you got to go win it. Like, if you don't, then they are pretenders. They are fraud. All the things that were thrown at them will be proven to be true, because you're probably not going to go as a 6 seed. You're not going to go win the Super Bowl. If you're serious about winning the Super Bowl, you go beat the Bills at home on Sunday Night Football.
Have you seen the scenarios, if you will?
Scenarios.
Oh,
I know that they're 2 if they win.
Yes.
If they lose, they're 6.
Now, if they lose against Buffalo, Miami at Kansas City is what it's looking like.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not scared of the Chiefs. I am scared of Arrowhead because we have not played well away from Hard Rock, to be honest.
No, you haven't.
But then there's a bunch of other games.
And having to go beat a defending champion.
Yeah. That's not good.
With Tay
that you already lost to, and they're not playing their best version either of football.
No, but you want to get this set up for yourself at home. Like, you just do. They're better at home. It's why you wanted to win last night. You don't want to go to Baltimore in the end of January wondering what the hell that weather is going to be like. We already know what it was already a struggle in nice weather this past week because the weather was pretty good for that game.
Right.
So, but I get it. Like, I get why the Dolphin fan is nervous, because there's a lot of animosity built towards the Bills. They've gotten the better of you a lot. Yep. In Josh Allen's career, what has Josh Allen lost to the Dolphins twice in his career?
Yeah, one was like a rookie year drop from Charles Clay, and the other one was when they melted last year.
Yeah, right, because of the sun, so it didn't count because poor Joshy Washy didn't have his SPF on.
I have a strategy question for you, though.
Sure.
Because of this record that we're bringing up, and because Josh Allen has had so much success, and because we're so banged up,
yep,
there's a possibility, even if we win, that we play Buffalo 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
So, do you sit everyone for this game?
But then it would be on the road, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but Kansas City, look at Kansas City. They suck. They can't even catch a ball. Sucks.
Oh, you're talking about playing them again at home and on the road? Like, if you're the 2 seed, is that what you're saying?
So, okay, if they win, right, even it's hard to beat a team twice. We know that.
Yeah.
But if they win, there's still a possibility we may have to play at home again against Buffalo.
Right. I get you.
And if we lose, automatically Miami at Kansas City.
No, it's a terrible idea. What are you talking about?
Here, let me explain something to you. At no point in time do you want to be limping into the playoffs.
Right? So we should rest them. Leroy agrees with me.
No, I don't.
They're already limped. They lost both of their pass rushers.
Right.
They don't have Xavier Howard.
So
I don't know if Raheem Mostert's going to be back or Jalen Waddle's going to be back. Jalen Waddle's not playing this week. We know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they said he's not coming back to the playoffs. What? So no Waddle.
Yeah.
No Xavier Howard.
So we need another week of rest.
No.
Come on.
Terrible idea.
Terrible idea.
Will, do you agree that's a terrible idea?
No, Will, don't do this to me.
Hi, guys. How's it going, guys?
Oh,
Hey.
I'm really annoyed this morning with these calls you guys got going on. First of all, Steven, whatever his name is, I think he's an EEI plant.
Agreed.
I don't think he's a Miami Dolphins fan. Anybody that says that this is the same Dolphins team, you haven't been watching Dolphins for the past 25 years. My earliest memory was Dan Marino's last game, and that says a lot of my Dolphin fandom.
Oof.
So this team is the best team we've had in decades. And that's all around, from coaching, players, everything. I don't feel like this is the same Dolphins team. I feel like we've got a lot to build on for the future. That being said, there's a lot of negative Nancy's in the Dolphins fandom. I don't know what's going on here.
A lot of scars, Will.
A lot of scars. We got a lot of them, but hey, so does Detroit. They just clinched, and they're over there celebrating like they've won something, and that's how I feel like we should start acting, because we don't have the greatness that we used to have. We're building up from terrible, terrible teams. But that's the fandom. On the field, I think defenses are catching on to our passing. The pass coverage has gotten a whole lot better, and it looks like they know that ball is coming out in 2 seconds. You look at that Ravens pass coverage, all of them, none of their backs were turned around. They knew that ball was coming out quick. And it looks like the pass coverages are catching on to it, and which is why Tua was having a hard day yesterday. What do you guys think?
There you go, Will.
It's been the same pattern every time the offense struggles. And that is everybody drops to the middle of the field, and they get bodies and arms in front of Tua. And the throws that he normally makes through the middle of the field are a little bit tighter. And so he gets a lot of balls tipped, batted, intercepted, what have you. I agree with that from the standpoint of the teams that have success against the Dolphins offense always seem to have a similar plan. And that is, we're going to pack the middle of the field. I get more concerned with, that's normal. That's normal football stuff. What are your adjustments? You see what I'm saying? What are your adjustments going to be when teams start sinking in the middle of the field? One of them is the outside run, right? So you try to get them that way. So I've seen the Dolphins try to do certain things to combat that. But when they stop you and you're in 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 12, because those outside runs could sometimes lose, now you're being pushed into a situation that benefits the other team. So it's going to be interesting to see from now and clearly in the next couple of weeks. One, they got a whole couple of seasons to look at what you do. They look at all the teams that have had success. They look at if they're capable of playing a similar defense, and then they compose a game plan to try to defend that. So I want to know what the counter is to that, because I haven't seen other plays. Now I do know this: when you see Tyreek or Waddle going down the field, those are the same defenses you're facing that are trying to take away the middle of the field. And then you accidentally let one of these fast guys get free on the perimeter. So there's a lot of that too. So I just want to see how it plays out. But I can understand why people would come to the conclusion that people are starting to do a better job of defending the middle of the field against the Dolphins. And those throws are getting tighter, and those timing routes aren't necessarily they don't look that good.
I don't want to make injury excuses, but also not having Jalen Waddle is when you're predicated on having 2 of the fastest guys in the league and not having one of them, and your next receiver is Durham Smythe, like, changes things.
Right.
Does.
Now they did. Now I will say this: in the last few weeks, they've started using the tight end a lot more.
Yeah. They've had to.
They're dropping because they're dropping so deep to take in those in cuts and those posts and stuff like that in the middle of the field and those timing routes. that's an adjustment. Like, I mean, you can't tell me during the course of a season, you go, you know what? If this team is going to get back, Durham Smythe is going to have to catch 5-6 balls. But that's what it's, you got to keep them honest.
Well, I'm telling you who I'm not trusting anymore is that Chase Claypool.
Oh,
see it, dude.
Jesus, dude. Cannot believe
What do you want Tua to do? Go up and hand you the football? Tua puts it literally right in your breadbasket between 3 defenders. Exactly. That's him mic'd up. That's him. Damage is done, my friend. Outside of Chase Claypool. That's next.
WQ
Welcome back, everybody. Take a little break from this. I mean, you can have Dolphins for damages done if you want, but I want to take a little bit of a breather from it. Although I was telling Marcos during the break, I was on the Hard Rock app, and he looked at me like I was a moron because I bet, I've been very big on the Craycraft anytime touchdown. That's been my favorite bet. I went away from that this week on Gameday Uncensored, which will come your way 4 p.m. this Sunday because we got moved to Sunday Night Football. I went Leroy. Andrew Van Ginkel anytime touchdown plus 10,000.
What are we? Van Ginkel, dude.
I just knows for the football, a little scoop and score.
It's the best team in the league.
It could have happened. The problem is I hit the Jaime Jaquez plus 2,500 on his first 30-point game. I nailed it on Christmas. Yeah. Thanks to a completely
So now you're just throwing flyers out there because you got a little cush.
That's what I like. I like flyers. Like last night, I'm like, Tyler Hero double plus 1,000. Almost there. I thought that was easy street last night.
So Marcos.
Yeah.
What basically Tobin is saying is he's not moved by the chili pepper.
I need to find the ghost pepper. I'm
not moved by the chili pepper.
I'm really not. The other day I bet Kevin Love against the Jazz. I bet Kevin Love 11 rebounds for like plus 2,000.
What?
And
he
got to like 6, but then the thing is he's so tired by the fourth quarter they take him out.
Oh my God.
See, that was my thing. I live bet that game lower. I was like, second half Kevin Love? No way. 17 points. What the hell are we doing here, Kevin Love? I need to talk to them before these games.
All right. Damage is done. So we all know gender reveals have become very, very chic. People like to have gender reveal parties.
Hey, my neighbor did a helicopter and dropped.
Really?
Yes, in the backyard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, one very famous dad who goes by the name of Big Papi.
Oh,
friend of the show. We've had Big Papi on before.
Big Papi
lives down here. Big Papi was at his gender reveal. And how do you think Big Papi is going to reveal his gender of his baby?
Hitting a bat, swinging a bat.
Exactly, Leroy. But the problem is
he can't hit the ball.
When you're Big Papi, you can't step up to the plate and have a swing and a miss. She went high and tight, knowing the cold zone on Big Papi.
What?
Thankfully, I guess they had backup confetti, but nope, big whiffer.
Oh no!
She got him with the high cheese.
Wait. He looked like he never played baseball before.
He's in there. She goes high and tight. Nope. I told you to leave it low and outside. That's where Big Papi likes it.
That's probably best though. Had he made contact on that, someone was gonna lose an eye, dude.
I think it's supposed to just explode.
Oh
yeah.
48 though, still having kids.
Wait, but here's hey, you ready for this one? Here's the kicker behind all this, right? Evidently, they didn't have a whole lot of confidence in Big Papi hitting anything because they had the backup. Right? I thought she was gonna have to throw another one. They had already.
That's not fair though. How many drinks has he had? It's it's a gender reveal party.
That's on him though. He's got it. Well, he probably
had a gender reveal party.
Listen, we know that Miguel Cabrera. We know Miguel Cabrera showed up to a couple games a little sauced up, and he was still hitting people trying to intentionally walk him.
True.
Yeah.
No excuses if you're Big Papi.
That's fair.
I mean,
anyway, damage is done for Big Papi on my part. What do you got, Leroy?
So I have been amused this weekend by something that I have seen over and over again. Now, backstory is all year, every Buckeyes fan I know has trashed that quarterback. We only had one loss, but they've been ripping him, right? So after the Big Ten championship, in which they really didn't get blown out, Michigan was just a better team, right? Again, people don't want to admit that. They get ready for the bowl. Their quarterback, the starting quarterback, who went 12-1 during the course of a season, decides he's going to transfer, goes into the transfer portal. Now, that's not the damage is done. The damage is done is once I saw this, I'm telling you, every commercial break of the Ohio State game, they showed the Dr. Pepper commercial with the quarterback going in the transfer portal and the guy saying, I can't hold on, this is my Dr. Pepper hand, right? And then the people afterwards going, we'll get another quarterback. He wasn't that good anyway. This commercial was made for this game because now you don't have a quarterback.
Amazing.
It was amazing. Every time I see that commercial, they might as well put them in scarlet and gray.
Damage is done.
JFig, what do you got for damage?
So before the new year ended, Zion Williamson decided to get some new ink, guys.
I saw this. He's got a chest tattoo, yeah?
Whoa.
Can you tell me how you feel about this?
What is that?
A tiger on a cross.
Panther.
Yeah, but if you notice, look how off-centered it is.
Oh, no!
It's a bad tattoo
The
job. I'm
tattoo.
so sorry. And then, look how it goes underneath the pec and everything.
Yeah.
No. That's man boob. That is not a peck.
Well,
I was trying to be nice.
it looked. It looked like it looks like the tattoo artist hit tab.
What? Yes.
Look at that.
Tab.
This guy has an indent.
Wow.
I mean, I would not be happy
What
with
is
this.
that?
That's a bad job.
That is a bad job.
And what can you do? Now, see, now what he has to do is he's got to
fill it in
You
now.
have to remember when they are they're trying to position the tattoo for you. They ask you before they even tattoo you, does this look good here? Do you like this here? Is it in the center? Is it where you want?
Has he explained this?
No, I mean I haven't seen anything, but he looks pretty proud.
You know, that's fair though. Sometimes you go to a barber, he doesn't do as great a job. He's like, "What do you think?" And you're like, "Great."
No, but you know what?
It's not like you could fix it.
Grows back. You can't fix this.
True. No, this is
No,
bad.
but what they do is like first they put it like a stencil. And
Yeah,
they,
exactly.
right?
That's
And
the
then if
thing.
it
They
draws.
ask you, is this okay for you before I start?
Yeah, but here. Can I just say this? And I get mad when I go into takeout and they ask me to check my food before I leave. No, I paid you to make sure you put the right crap in the bag. So if I'm going to get a tattoo, I would hope that the tattoo artist knows how to center a tattoo and I don't have to bring a damn level to the tattoo artist so I can measure it myself.
Get the bubbles.
Is that asking too much? He's the professional.
Okay.
But
Damage is done.
But you are right. Like
Damage
I
is
don't have
done.
any. I don't have any tattoos, but don't they put a trace on you first?
Yes.
Yeah, they need to,
Okay,
right?
so at the end of the day, it is still your fault.
Yeah, you're like, I'm okay with it going under my man
Well,
boob.
I'm gonna tell you like this: if you got that, look,
What
if
is-
that guy tries to put that on there and say, "Is this centered?" I would get up and say, "No, you're done."
Looks like a screensaver that froze.
Yeah, it's like moving to each corner. Like, I hope it hits the corner.
Marcos, what do you got for damages done?
My damage is done is in the realm of sports, but more sports entertainment. Not sure if you guys saw yesterday, The Rock has returned to Monday Night Raw.
Oh, what's he got to promote? He only comes crawling back when he's got a project.
He's got to promote that writer strike really hit him hard. To me, it's a damage is done.
Damage is done, my
Because I
friend.
saw him doing his little thing, and he's on the microphone, and I'm The Rock. He just looked old out there, dude.
He's old.
He's 51 years old, man. And
The
even
Rock has when's the last time The Rock fully wrestled? Was it 20 years ago?
I don't
At this
know.
point,
Nah, he's done some stuff before that.
no, I know he's done stuff, but when's the last time when he was The Rock?
You see that little leap there, and then it's like, ugh, he has to gather, and then he's like, I'm old, so I take off my belt.
Well, he's so much more jacked now than
Yeah.
he was when he was a wrestler.
I know, but I'm just over it, dude. It's just like it's lost.
He
the
doesn't
cachet.
he was like, he was the
Well,
most electrifying man. He was athletic as a wrestler.
Here's the issue. Is he filming any movies?
I don't think so.
Think so? Like
No.
the strike is over, isn't it?
But that's why. When
Doesn't
he gets around to filming a movie, he'll get in some shape for that movie. So right now he just ain't doing nothing.
what is his next movie? Is he going to try and fix the polar cap from melting with one leg?
Yes.
Stop.
Oh my goodness. Like there's too much and there's too much. Right?
Well, they're still
When he
working on
jumped
the-
off of a skyscraper
Skyscraper.
into a building, right? With one leg. I'm like, too much. Too much action.
We'll take a quick break, get you caught up with your headlines, including a little cat talk. Cats are rolling right now, baby. Cats are on fire. Back after this. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. We'll get some cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out when it's game time. Make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Cats be surging, Leroy. Cats be surging right now. 4 straight wins for your Florida Panthers, including a win over the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
4-1 at Toulouse-Terrain with a couple of goals for the Cats. Here's Doug Plagans on the call.
Here on the near side, Ekblad across. Ekman-Larson right point. Ekman-Larson, Ekblad near side. Backs out to the near point. Hands it down low. Walked out front. Backhand, they score! And it's at Toulouse-Terrain upstairs. He's got 2, both on the power play. And the Panthers take a 2-1 lead with 12:26 to play in the third.
Oh, man.
That's a lot better than giving up 2 shorties.
In the words of Randy Moeller at Toulouse-Terrain, as a huge bear.
2-1 filthy.
Yeah, man. They beat them 4-1. Cats now have won 4 straight. They've beaten Vegas, Tampa Bay, the New York Rangers on Friday, and then the next night they beat Montreal. So, you get infiltrated in the barn. A lot of those Mecca Bros on ice.
Marcos, can we move our code to hockey for a minute? Or no?
Yeah. Hockey surge. Does hockey have a code?
Possible?
No.
Code? Does hockey
No.
have a
Hockey
code?
does not
Oh, they
have
got
a
a
code.
code.
No.
Yeah.
Have a code for something. Do the Panthers have anything?
Funky Buddha, maybe?
And get you some Celsius.
No.
Oh, Win Cats. We used to have Win Cats, but it's no longer
Is
valid.
WinCat that doesn't work?
Yeah.
If you guys want, if you guys are Panthers fans, I'll give you a Celsius if you walk down to the parking lot.
Look at that. I mean, can be
I'll give you some
You
Celsius.
can have a cosmic vibe.
I'll give you a cosmic vibe or a peach vibe or a fantasy vibe or whatever.
I still want to try it.
The Panthers will be back on the ice tonight. They finished their short homestand and now are out west. They're in the desert tonight taking on the Coyotes. Arizona, 9:00 puck drop tonight. So late action continues.
Yeah, I got to tell you. So, Tobes, I'm guessing you didn't do nothing because I can tell by our exchange shortly after 12 o'clock, the fact that you were out means that you were probably sleeping.
Dude, I did not feel good on New Year. Like I could feel, you ever like just feel something coming on? So
yeah,
I was doing Game Day Uncensored and I just started having like a sneeze fit. Like the day, like in the last hour, it just had this gnarly like head cold that like you feel fine, but look at this schnoz. Like when it's plugged up, I'm basically on the DL. And so I like my wife's like, you're taking a bunch of NyQuil, and that's what I did. Took a bunch.
Does NyQuil actually work for you?
It does.
Are you sure?
It works great.
JFig is not a fan of
I'm
Dayquil
not
or
a fan of-
NyQuil.
nope.
She says it gets you sicker.
It makes you, it can really mess with your head for sure, but basically it's just me sleeping it off, JFig. It's just like out.
Is that why you did your
all it does.
your recap video? It was 4 p.m. New Year's Eve, and I think you had a hoodie.
No,
and
that's not
shit.
why I had that on.
Okay.
That was
You look
just
like you were witness protection.
That was just out of depression. I did have a bunch of people who were like, what are you going to say to Colin Cowherd now,
I saw
buddy?
that. I
I
saw
was
that.
like, I got a bunch of those,
How?
a bunch of Cowherd loyalists out there who were, what are you going to say? I'm like, what am I going to tell him? I'm going to tell him to go to hell, just like Steve. Like, what am I going to tell him? Dude's a fraud. He's still a fraud, and that's it. He was a correct fraud this past week, but a fraud nonetheless.
So, dude, I witnessed something that I never thought that I would see. So, first of all, Fonz threw together a New Year's Eve party at the last minute. He told me he was going to do it 2 weeks ago. I told him I'd help him out because he had to work, right? I'll help you out. I'll get the ice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Order you some pizzas or some wings or whatever. Don't worry about wings. He said, I'll make them at the restaurant. Okay, fine. Then he says, I'm not having it. I said, okay, so your mom wants to go over a friend's house. We'll go over there. You can come with us. Then on Thursday, party's back on. Right? So we try to help him out or whatever, fix it up or whatever. But we're still going to this friend's party. So It's me, Mima, Rebecca, and Mel. We go there. We know a couple of people, but most of the people we don't know. So Rebecca wants to go in the car and get her book, right? Just like, no. Right? So as the night gets closer to 12, right? We're all, you collecting around your people. So you don't have to be hugging no randos, right? Mima, my mother-in-law, I look over. She's got a dude sitting on her lap.
Wow.
Whoa, Mima.
Did not expect to know that.
No. So we're like,
the naughty list was over.
So we're like, what is she doing? Mel say, she trying to get it in. I don't know what you're talking about.
New Year's
right?
kids.
I'm like,
how old was this gentleman?
I mean, they were in the same age bracket.
Yeah, the old like each other.
Yeah.
Stop.
But first of all, she grabbed him and put him on his lap. He was tiny. Right?
She grabbed him.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like he came over and like she's like, like Rasputia.
him.
You got a boyfriend,
Stop.
a girlfriend, you do now.
Short king.
So,
Short king.
so then, like now Mima said, I ain't driving, I'm getting drunk.
Wow, Mima.
This is her game plan.
She came to play.
Yeah, she wasn't playing. She meant
Yeah, she was.
business. Right? So we watching this. So then, 12 hits. Now we like, let's get back over the fines, right? So we waited a couple of minutes. Mima gets up and just starts stumbling. She fell. I'm like, oh God.
Mima.
Wow.
So we
You are, dude. I like this.
so Mima, listen. Mima went to ball. And she walked into that party and said, in the words of Jason Jackson, it's time to ball, y'all. Because he was like,
wow.
She was not playing. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Wow, Mima.
How about that? Getting back to the Mima of hockey, Paul Maurice.
Whoa.
I don't know what that means. Here he is after the Cats' latest win. Here's what he had to say.
The way he played last night, how hard he played last night. So in general with the group, things weren't easy for us, right? We didn't move the puck real easy. I mean, I think Montreal played hard defensively, but that he was able to drive through it, that he was, we had a few guys I thought that were able to play as hard as they did last night. There was a big cost. When they got the penalty killing and the physicality, that he was able to drive through it. I think that's what he is. I think he's one of those guys that's just a really hard. He conditions himself, and I'm not even talking about in the gym. I mean, he just pushes himself every day in practice and every day in the games, and he keeps driving. And then those guys can make plays at the end of a game because their hands aren't wobbly and they're not fatigued. He's just been great for us.
What did you like most about your team's defensive effort?
I didn't think any of it was easy today. So we've had a tendency to judge our game by how we move the puck. I think maybe some nights you get into a game, especially if you spent a lot the night before, where no puck movement's easy. And if the other team is grinding you a little bit, and I think they were trying to do that, it makes everything difficult. We didn't try to open the game up, and we didn't try to break the game because we were uncomfortable. So we give up 3 shots in the second period, and one of them, I think he's got that handled pretty easily. Good for Anthony, though. He made the big save when we needed one. He stopped Anderson on the breakaway at the start of the second to keep it flat, and he was good. So I think the fact that we didn't try to open up the game, I mean, it wasn't the most exciting game in the National Hockey League. Last night's was. Tonight we didn't have much in the tank, so it was just a bit of a grinder.
He is like, for like, I mean, he explains it in detail all the time. Right? And that's the calmest you'll ever see him.
Well, yeah, post game usually.
Yeah.
Speaking of, usually Spo's pretty calm in the post game. It's usually, oh man, he was so mad yesterday when James Harden. You know, I'm not a James Harden fan. Not a James Harden fan.
Yeah.
But he got Bam. Like he got Bam coming down the lane. I was like, oh, damn it, Bam fouled him. But Spo was like, he hates James Harden, hitting his trickery.
You think? Anytime he does it,
like he doesn't hate James Harden as a person, he hates James Harden's trickery.
His trickery.
Pals.
His
call it trickery.
His veteran savvy.
Yeah. And so he gets Bam. And I'm like, you know me, I'm no James Harden fan, but even I'm like, James got him. But Spo's like, nope, challenge. And he was beside himself. I don't know if he was trying to rally his team or whatever. I'm like, there's no way this is going to overturn. He fouled him. And of course it didn't. The call stands. But Spo was just like, oh, he was livid at the refs last night. So, really tough night for the Heat. They had a great first quarter. From then after, it was like they were really swimming upstream to keep up. Got away from him in the fourth. Tyler
Clippers sneaky good.
They're sneaky good, yeah.
Because nobody's paying attention to them, right?
They're a good team. They just got Kawhi back last night. Kawhi, of course, is missing a lot of time. But with those guys all on the floor together, woof. And Zubats just got to be Zubats, He's out there Zubatsing. But after the game, Spo was asked about not having Jimmy. And it was very, not having Jimmy has been a pain in the ass. But, Spo, we have enough. Last night was like, you can't beat this team without Jimmy Butler. It's just, I'm sorry. You don't have any stoppers. You don't have it. It's literally Bam throwing his neck at the rim, getting free throws. There's nobody else who can stay in front of these guys. It was they were picking the Heat apart. So it was like one of these games. And Jaime, this is when they took Jaime the last couple of games, he's gotten some welcome to the NBA stuff on him because, you're going up against Kawhi, James Harden, Paul George. They're good. And they're big, So, and the night beforehand, Leroy, I don't know if ridiculous question. Did you watch Heat Jazz? Of course you didn't. Why would you? It's Heat Jazz. But Kelly Olynyk, he basically said to Jaime, oh, you think you're the cool kid who went to school with the long hair and footwork. Watch this footwork, young fella. So he was putting the moves on Jaime. But anyway, Spo after the game, he hates when people think, when he says we have enough, and people will say, but what if you didn't have enough? He didn't appreciate this question on not having Jimmy Butler.
Obviously, you guys are missing one of your switch killers in Jimmy.
I don't care about that. No, I don't care about that.
How do you feel you guys fared as far as just against the switching defense with Bam kind of leading the charge there?
No, we did not do well. No.
Hey,
has been
wow.
Hey, my man couldn't even get his question out.
Jeez, poor Anthony Chang. Spo, all right, man.
I don't care about that.
No, I don't care about that.
I don't care.
I don't care.
We have enough.
Well, you don't. Okay, but Spo, I understand.
You don't have enough.
But you don't have Jimmy Butler. I don't care. Well, maniac, because I'm a basketball maniac, and a Jimmy Butler, Schmimmy Butler. I got Jamal Cain.
Did he pull a fast one on us during the Jazz game, Spo?
What do you mean?
Did he start Jovic and then only play
my poor Jovic
8 minutes?
Well, look, Jovic had a great game against the Warriors. Enjoy it, because that's the last we're going to see of him.
Okay.
Because the Jazz game happened, and he was Fouls McGee again. And Spo, you ain't going out there again, Yovi. No shot. I don't understand. Could have used him yesterday. Could have used a little bit of size against this Clippers squad, but Spo wasn't trusting him. Would have loved to see it, but
it took Duncan 2 years to get out of that foul doghouse.
Oh my goodness. Duncan had 3 threes, 3 fouls, and 3 rebounds in 5 minutes.
Well, I gotta tell you,
got to be out of the game.
Duncan Robinson got an and one on Paul George and flexed a little bit. I don't think Paul George liked that very much because the rest of the game it did not go well.
You can't get flexed by intangible.
He got flexed. Duncan Robinson gave a little. You can see he's feeling himself a little bit, and I think that was the last basket he scored because the clamps were put on the rest of the Miami Heat. Anybody who wasn't Bam Adebayo yesterday, who by the way was 6 of 18 from the floor, but he was getting to the free throw line a gazillion times. Everybody else ghost town in the second half.
Does it when you get fouled? Does that doesn't even count as a shot attempt, right?
No.
Right, which is weird. So he went to the foul line a lot, so it means he basically had 30 shots.
It was a hard. I think he finished with 21 and 14. It was a hard 21 points.
Oh yeah, he earned every 21 of them.
He even threw up a couple of. But dude, there was one where Russell Westbrook, who I told you was playing like a demon, and Russell Westbrook like took him out to the 3-point line. I'm like, damn, I don't know if Bam was exhausted or what. Like, damn, you're getting bodied up by Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook made him throw up a heave from 3 at the end of the shot clock. I was like, what is this game?
We call that the old JJ Barea.
Yeah, man, it was something.
Can I say not a true loss though?
No,
I'm
you
gonna explain to you why.
Go ahead.
There is something wrong with NBA scheduling in that we've played every freaking holiday. On Halloween, we played against the Bucks. The day before Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving, we played. Christmas Day, we play. New Year's Day, we play. Can't enjoy holidays with my family? How do you expect me to win?
Well, no. Listen, jackass. No.
It's the end
of Hold up.
Holiday.
Before the schedule came out, your boy was complaining about we better have some primetime games on the holidays. Now you're complaining about too many games on the holidays.
Just not fair.
We won on Christmas.
They miss their family, Leroy.
I don't think Bam has kids.
Really?
He doesn't have kids.
I don't think he has kids. Not positive.
Didn't
That we
Zazzle say
know
he
of.
had kids or something?
Who asked? Yeah. Who?
Tyler got 2 kids by the time he got his driver's license.
Ooh, see, look at that. He misses his kids.
No, he
Tyler
misses his
is
shots. That's what was killing him.
I'm like, where the hell are you? No, like Tyler Hero. Like we pulled a Kyle Lowry. Like no shot attempts yesterday.
Yeah.
That dude. When the hell you ever see Tyler Hero have a half where he takes 2 shots?
I gotta watch the breakdown.
He shoots coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on here? Anyway, Miami Heat lose. We'll get back into the Dolphins. They fall to the Ravens. They got a big one coming up. We'll hear from Josh Allen as he is getting ready for this one for all the marbles this Sunday night. Back after this.
Game Day Censored on AM 560 Sports. WQAM is sponsored by
South Florida Lexus dealers. Experience amazing by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's Handmade Vodka on game day? Pour me in, coach. Ed Morris Sawgrass Buick GMC is a proud partner of the Miami Dolphins. Remember, you're always backed by Morse. By JM Lexus. At JM Lexus, you'll always get the home team advantage.
What's better than college and pro football action, girls, and beer? Enjoy all the games with hundreds of beautiful exotic referee and cheerleader adult entertainers in Cheetah Hollandale's ultra high-tech sports lounge. Watch the games live and in full sound while you enjoy the coldest beer in town, a complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m., and happy hour specials till 6 p.m. daily. Every day is an amazing day at Cheetah Hollandale Beach. Enjoy $100 bottle specials every day until 6 p.m. Visit CheetahHollandaleBeach.com for more info.
Hurricane season is coming. Protect your home with Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing. Old or leaky roof? Replace your old roof now and pay later. Loctite offers the highest quality roofing materials, styles to match your decor, and 5-star rated service. Plus, save big on our legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the storm. Call now, 954-500-LOCK, or visit LoctiteImpact.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
This weekend, during the Start Something New sales event at Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, save up to $22,500 off a new Ram 3500 Mega Cab, or drive a new 2024 Ram 1500 for just $299 per month. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com. Call 844-255 20% before for details.
When you go hard at the gym, sometimes you get hurt. From meniscus or rotator cuff tears to muscle strains and other common sports injuries, the experts at the University of Miami Sports Medicine Institute, part of UHealth, University of Miami Health System, are committed to getting you back to your best safely, effectively, and as quickly as possible. Go where the pros go for the world-class treatment that will empower you to recover your game. Schedule an appointment today at uhealthsports.com.
Jack Daniels has always made whiskey. If they have it their way, they always will. There's one thing Jack can't make more of: moments. Those are on us to create. Make sure we're making the most of every moment. Make it count. Jack Daniels. Please drink responsibly. Tennessee whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old No. 7 are registered trademarks. Copyright 2020, Jack Daniels. All rights reserved.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands to treat ED at up to 95% off. That's right, the same active ingredient as the brand name for 95% less. It's the same ED medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. hims.com/radio.
Psst, hey, Mark, remember, getting help from Progressive is so easy. You can use the mobile app, chat with us online, or call us.
And you pick now to tell me.
I couldn't miss Little Grace's ballet recital. Oh, thanks for inviting me, by the way.
Did I?
Because you know I'm always here for you.
Yeah. I can use the mobile app if I need help. Sorry, you're in my wife's seat, though.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go anyway. Tell Grace she nailed her chassé.
Get the help you need from Progressive with our mobile app, online chat, or over the phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Want to listen to us anywhere, live or on demand? Just download the free Odyssey app and make WQAM your favorite station. And there we are, 24/7.
Time for South Florida Lexus dealers' 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored.
Let's go! Sponsored by South Florida Lexus dealers. Experienced amazing.
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock here on the show. It's good to be back with everybody here. Good to be back in the studio. Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Even me?
Even you, Frog Boy. It's great to see you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
I mean, it'd be nice if you get a hat that actually fits on your head.
It's adjustable, dude. You know?
Could you adjust? You might want to
fix it then.
They need half sizes.
I want to put a couple more clicks. Like if they it looks like it's holding on for dear life. There,
Come on, dude. Jesus, it's a brand new hat.
I mean, Leroy, would you not agree? It does not look like Marcos needs to put a couple more clicks the other direction for that adjustable hat.
You could relieve some stress.
It's
like, you know, they're adjustable for that reason, so it doesn't look like your head is in a vice grip.
All right. I think it looks great. JFig, what do you think?
Marcos, You go, boy.
Yeah. All right.
That's right.
Let's hear a little bit from Mike McDaniel. Big showdown coming this weekend. Sunday Night Football. No surprise. I'll say one positive. One positive is no Tony Romo. I mean, thank God. Could you imagine if we had to hear Tony Romo on a Bills winners takes to the division? Oh, Jim. Because remember, he's like, oh, Jim, I'm telling you, we're doing that game, Jim. He said this back in week 3 or whatever the hell week 4, whenever the Bills loss was. So thank God thank God I don't have to hear Tony Romo this week. But here is Mike McDaniel. Tonight's Hard Knocks. A lot of people are like, I'm out on Hard Knocks tonight. Not me. I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. I need to hear. I want to know what went into the week.
Yeah.
I want to hear what he's like. What's the message after? I need to hear it. It's therapeutic for me to have Hard Knocks. You know, I like a Hard Knocks after a tough loss.
I would love to please record the portion of the show where the game plan was determined. We're going to sit back and watch Lamar cook us.
Well, they never show Fangs. He's been elusive the entire season. Right. He's been on camera for all of 30 seconds. I've asked Omar Kelly. I said, can you ask Fangs how he did that? Because like nobody else has been able to escape Hard Knocks. Somehow Fangs, we've never been in his office. We don't know what it looks like. We never see him. He's escaped Hard Knocks. So we'll see. I mean, you can understand not asking it this week. It's a bit of a tough week to come off to ask Fangs about that. But one day I want to know. But here's Mike McDaniel on having to watch that Ravens tape. He says, tough, but you gotta fix things.
Biggest thing is you can't run from it. And
all right, flock of singles.
Case in point, thus far in the season, I think our team has really done a great job of that, considering last year all we did was lose on streaks. And we've been able to minimize all the losing streaks to one game this year. I think that speaks to what it takes in a parity-ridden, tough, top-tier league. You have to be able to not run from things that hurt. And when you put in the work and then certain things happen in the game, and then to the Ravens' credit, they play a really strong game. It hurts to even turn on the tape, but you have to go that direction so that you can put your best foot forward toward Buffalo, which is critical assessment of the last game today, and get your minds right for our plan for Buffalo on Wednesday.
What?
Exactly, dude. Get your mind right. Basically, like, if he could just explain, like, what do you think about coming off of this loss? If he could just explain it with those 2 words, I would be really happy.
Don't lose.
Don't lose. Because don't come all this way. Have that lead on the division. Record-breaking offense. Tua leading the league in passing. Talk about this has all been led up to these types of games. And you lose Sunday Night Football to the Buffalo Bills in the final week of the season, and they chase you down for the division. Don't lose, Mike McDaniel. Here's that idiot, Josh Allen. Here's him on the stakes of this game.
No, big time, big time. The division's on the line. We understand going there. We got to be at the top of our game, playing against this team. So got to have a really good week of practice, and then, again, just put our best stuff on the field next week.
Get out there. You don't let this guy go. Fangs, all right, let me tell you something right now, dude. All right. No hobnobbing with the grannies this week. All right.
Jesus Christ.
You better be no hobnobbing with the grannies this week.
Granny?
Fangs.
Stay away from Mima, Fangs.
Stay away from Mima. You better stay away from Blue Martini. Fangs.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this.
In.
If Mima hooks her horns into you, it's over. I have come to see that Mima does not play.
Keep her away from Fangs. I need Fangs to be focused this week. A focused Fangs can get this done against the Buffalo Bills. All right. You get out there, you let Van Ginkel loose, and try and make this thing happen. I know you're down 2 star pass rushers, and you're down Xavier Howard, and you got a safety in Javon Holland who's got 2 bad knees. And I know that you got, basically you've had Jalen Ramsey on one leg the entire season, but I don't care. Fix it, Fangs. Get it done against that giant monster Josh Allen. You do whatever you got to do to confuse him so he throws the ball to the other team like he loves to do.
Oh, yeah.
I had to check the weather. What's the temperature going to be like? We got to melt them.
I mean, it's nighttime, dude. Like, what do you think? It's going to be like a
sweltering humidity. Yeah, no, it's actually going to be 77 and potentially raining.
Perfect.
How do they do in wet? I can teach them some things.
Oh my
God. Take a quick break. We will have that Leroy's game balls and game bums coming up next. This guy's a ball. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, and 560 WQAM. It is time to gather around the locker room as Leroy Horde is going to hand out his game balls and game bums from the holiday weekend.
My game ball is going to go to my school.
Understood.
Because
enjoy it, Leroy.
I got to tell you,
enough of these hard balls.
It's been a minute since I've seen Alabama dominated like that offensively. Like, that defense was all over him. 6 sacks with an athletic quarterback, they got after him. So, that being said, the game was still close because that's what Alabama does.
With the knee, are you heading to the national championship?
I don't know. I got asked already.
Let's go. Dude. Come on, you gotta go.
Come, you actually have to.
You gotta go, baby.
I don't have.
Gotta go, dude.
I know you don't like.
Can I just say this? I'm one of the few people on planet Earth that enjoys watching a football game at my house than going to it.
No, I think most people do. Football's great on television, but this is a once in a lifetime. Well, not once in a lifetime.
They've been to the last 3 playoffs.
Yeah, but now they got the chance to go to win the whole damn thing.
I know. I'm thinking about it because I got family in Texas, so I could just stay with them.
Look at that.
My game bum goes to the NCAA.
Whoa.
Oh, bum.
For a number of reasons. One, because you didn't control how the NIL was going to work. And you didn't get a good grasp of the transfer portal. Now, every bowl season, if your team's not in it, none of your players play. And it's crappy bowls, right? That being said, I do believe that there should also be a number of conditions surrounding an NIL. And that is this. If you sign an NIL for all these millions or hundreds of thousands that you're signing for, damn it, you playing every game if you can. Like, that's the way business works. That's the way the world works. If we paying you, right, then we're paying you for all these big time games and events. Yeah, you can't take the money all year and then opt out right before the bowl game and say, I'm getting ready for the league, when the reason why you're there is because of the NIL in the first place, transfers and all that stuff. Right. Absolutely not. If you take the NIL, I think in certain circumstances and conditions, you should be allowed, and these people giving these NILs from these collectives around the university should be able to say, yeah, we'll give you the NIL, whatever you want. You got to play all games that your team plays in this year, unless injured. Now, and otherwise you got to give the money back. Because that's what work is, right? That's what agreements are.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the NCAA has ruined bowl season, right? There was a couple of, like,
I saw Tyler Van Dyke. He showed up to Wisconsin's game wearing a jersey.
Oh, look at this guy, dude.
Hey, dude.
Total show pony.
What the hell is that?
Get out of here.
He showed up to the game wearing a jersey?
He had a TVD jersey for Wisconsin already?
Yeah. He's a chump.
I was like, what's going on here?
Like, right, but think about it. Chump. Like, I look at the quarterback for Ohio State. They've been trashing him all year. Dude went 12-1. Right? So he's like, I'm out. TVD went through some stuff. That didn't stop nobody.
Well, it's good to know Mario has his timeouts in his back pocket, you know,
still got him
for the Music City.
I just wish, I think that the bowl season could be so much more enjoyable if the NCAA had a hold of how they were going to do things, because you're asking all these sponsors and you're asking all these guys to pony up money and events during the course of the year, and you're trying to sell tickets or whatever, and 25% of your players aren't playing, that's not fair to the people, the consumer. That's not fair to these people putting up all this money for all these bowls.
I get you, but also kind of making up for lost time too. I mean, they got a lot of freebies.
What do you mean? Yeah,
the Bulls. They got a lot of.
I got you. I got you. No, I get that. I get that. And listen, don't take this as saying I don't think the players should get NIL. I'm not saying that.
No, I get you. It's just like if you're going to take.
What I'm saying is that
if,
right, but when you take money for doing something, it comes with some conditions that should be attached to
absolutely. It. Understood. Now, that being said, Talia Tagovailoa, who opted out of the Music City Bowl. Listen, you come on down here, baby. Like we got it all. We'll
he's in the transfer portal.
He needs an extra year of eligibility. He's a grad transfer, but I think he's a super grad transfer. He's like Dr.
Well, no, you get that extra year during COVID. Remember,
he's out, but no, he needs like a waiver to get another year.
Damn, he used his COVID year already?
I think so.
How old is this guy? He's 23, I think. I looked this up earlier.
Yeah, he needs another year, but they need to approve it. But the Canes kind of up a creek right now because Cam Ward went to the NFL. I think the other kid went to UCF.
Yeah.
So now it's like, are they going back to Emory and Jakari? Like, I don't know.
We've seen enough.
We've seen
Well,
enough.
Emory, you don't know when he's going to play and what he's going to be like when he comes back because he broke his arm.
Oh, broken nasty, too. But
then, of course, like everyone's gonna be mad at little Tua if like Tua doesn't at little Tagovailoa if Talia comes here, but his brother loses to the Bills and they're the 6th seed. So
damn.
But imagine if he doesn't. Like,
maybe
what if Tua goes on a run ski and then you have both Tagovailoa brothers down here? Wow, that's marketing.
That's good marketing. That's goosies.
I mean, forget it. You want to know who's gonna be? It's it'll be Tua, the Tagovailoa moving company.
Oh,
who knows? Tagovailoa's wings.
I tell you what, young Tua is definitely going to benefit from it because the older brother Tua going to try to do something to get you a little cheese, so they're going to be doing brother commercials like the Mannings.
Exactly, dude. It's right there for them if they want to do it. But I mean, I guess they got to get this whatever loopholes they got to do to make it happen. It's college football; they'll make it happen.
Moving the storage, super brother.
So wait, why? So why would he opt out?
Why did he opt out?
Yeah,
Maryland.
Because what does he need the Music City Bowl for, dude?
Yeah, stupid.
Man, I only played in one crappy bowl, but it was enjoyable. I played in the Hall of Fame against Alabama.
Oh, see, that's a good game, though.
There you go. See, upholding the tradition.
Wow, you are.
You guys won, right?
Yeah, we won.
Cool. Solid.
Very
that was
cool.
Our coach was having quadruple bypass, so we had Gary Moeller as our head coach for that game.
Quadruple?
Yeah,
that's tough.
For the second time.
That's tough.
That's 8.
Yeah,
that's tough. Michigan, by the way, 4.5 point favorite against Washington.
I got to tell you, man, that Washington team is frightening.
Yeah,
they throw it all over the place. I just wonder.
Heisman.
Yup. When you watch that game and you say, "How did this guy not win?"
It's like Jaden. Who the hell is Jaden Daniels?
I'm pretty sure your answer is he plays for the Huskies. Like,
that's true.
It's like you're sitting there. It's like how many people are watching Washington every single week? But that kid, he was slinging it, dude.
LSU was like 9-3 though. How the hell did this guy win?
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, got to give some props to a legend who called it a career. That's next.
Coming you.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. The channel Miami 560 WQAM. You guys can join the chat there. Leroy, can we get a weather update from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Let me just kind of peek outside the window here. Light breeze, 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm going to guess out of the west, little maybe southwest. It can be more than 70 degrees. And it is partly cloudy. But weather's been pretty nice. It's been pretty sunny here the last couple of days. So
yeah, it has been nice. It has been a very enjoyable brisk
little
time.
chill in the morning.
Yep, little chill.
Yeah, I took my tadpole to the beach yesterday.
How do you enjoy it?
I didn't have eat sand on my bingo card. That was not on my
What
thing.
I was that was just the words that were just getting ready to come out of my mouth was, how quick did he try to eat sand?
That was the only thing he wanted to do. I thought maybe he'd be bothered by the water, the sand. He wouldn't like the texture of it. The sun would be too bright. Nope, just wanted to eat all the sand.
That's what babies do, man.
Yeah,
you're learning.
Yeah,
you are learning. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. After Black Tuesday, we going back to the white truck tomorrow. Put it behind us. 24 hours.
Agreed.
That's it.
We extended. Yeah, we were off yesterday,
That's why we had to do it today.
We got to talk about this disaster that was, of course, the Dolphins game and Bradley Chubb getting hurt and the Dolphins trying to fight the Ravens when they were down 30 and then getting another touchdown stuck in their ear hole. You know, just was it was a complete meltdown, a complete failure in every direction.
I had the feeling of, you want some of this, old man? Nope. Right?
I was like, oh, please don't fight the Ravens. You're losing so much. And you knew a touchdown was going to follow up. And of course it did. You knew that was going to happen. And Eli Apple, burnt toast.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. You believe me yet?
I mean, it was just like, he was like looking at everybody else. He goes, well, what do you mean? You're supposed to cover the fast guy, Eli.
You guys know I don't just all of a sudden go out there and blast players, right? I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. Not this guy. I've had enough. I've seen him on several teams. And the thing that I think bothers me the most is he the one talking the most trash. Dude, you're the one getting toasted the most.
I'll tell you another play that really pissed me off. Like, how about you're getting drilled in the first half. You come out of halftime and the dude nearly takes it to the house on the kickoff. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Like, I know that guy I know Justice Hill was running willy-nilly all game, but like, really? Right out of the gate, you're gonna put them on the doorstep? Oh, just every facet of the game.
It was bad. How you think I feel watching that game last night? Muffled extra point. That's what I want to see. Two intangibles chasing the ball going the wrong way. So, yeah.
Tell you about intangibles. How about that fullback who's like a gazillion pounds on the Ravens? Ricard. Intangibles.
Dude, Texas has like, they put in a defensive lineman to score touchdowns when they get close.
This guy shouldn't have a number in the 40s. This guy who's out, he should have been reporting. He should have been reporting himself eligible like one of the Lions. Like, that guy was a monster. Ricard.
311 pounds.
He's a moose.
Oh my God.
And they threw it. Like, that's, you know, when you're like, hey guys, like Lamar's like, hey guys, let's give it to Ricard. You know, he was out here blocking so hard. Like, when you're giving reward touchdowns, that's how you know you're team participation trophy. Let's give it to old Patrick, huh?
Oh God.
He's out there, he's clearing the guys out. I mean, that guy's so much bigger than Ingold. Not that Ingold's not doing a great job, but oh my God.
Yeah, for sure. Ingold doing
he looks like he
not
ate Ingold.
But the problem is that he's on that team for one reason. That. Right? Ingold does do some other stuff.
Mauling. That's what he's on that's what he's out there for. Just mauling fools. Crazy, man. Want to give a shout out, Leroy. I want to give a congratulations, a heartfelt congratulations
Thank you.
No, not to you. Dude.
Okay. No, I thought we were.
Where are you going?
No, I didn't. I
You
read
want
that wrong.
to give a heartfelt congratulations.
You come talk to us when you can stop your kid from eating sand.
Yeah, like
just so vicious.
Then I'll give you a. No, I want to give a heartfelt and a warm congratulations to the Dragon, Goran Dragić, who officially announced his retirement this weekend. So
How do you
how'd you
feel?
take that? Yeah, exactly.
not good. Not good. I want him back. I
Thought
still
about
want him
you.
back. Could have used him last night. I still think we could use him.
There's a reason why he's retiring. Because you probably couldn't use him.
He only wants to play for one team. That's why when we talked to him in the summertime, he's like, hey, buddy, you know who I want to play? Finish career full circle in Miami. And I just miss him. I feel bad. We know, this guy is a Heat legend. Okay. He's a Heat legend. He's arguably the best point guard in franchise history.
What?
He's arguably the best point guard in franchise history. He is. He's arguably the best point guard in franchise history. And quite frankly, his number deserves to be in the rafters. It deserves to be retired.
So you would take Goran over Hardaway?
I said it's arguable. It's an argument.
It's not arguable.
It's an argument. It's an argument. It's an argument. And let me tell you something. Tim Hardaway, love him. An era creator, a man who is, one of the pillars of Heat culture for sure. Okay. But
be careful.
Gogi.
Be careful.
Gogi carried you to an NBA Finals. Carried you to an NBA Finals. And was the leading scorer on that team in the bubble. And also is adorable. And let me just tell you something right now. If he would have won the championship, would it even be a debate that his number would be in the rafters?
No.
Wouldn't even be a debate. Now, let me ask you this. It wouldn't even be a debate that number 7 belongs in the rafters. And not only that, Leroy.
How many years did he play?
For the Heat?
Yes.
6, 7?
Okay.
Played a long time. All-star?
Shaq's up there.
Shaq's up there. Shaq. Once you have Shaq up there, the rules change.
True.
So, I think number 7, I don't even like the fact that Kyle Lowry wears it, quite frankly.
He asked permission, though.
But I don't like the fact that he wears it.
Dude,
And
you got way too much anger in you today.
I don't have anger.
Are you just picking at stuff?
I just think pick another note.
You just lashed out because Lowry was wearing number 7. We weren't even talking about that.
I want Goran Dragic's number 7 in the rafters. The guy's arguably the best point guard in Heat history.
He's not arguably. He's not.
He's arguably the best point guard in Heat history.
Oh.
And
he's flirting with a triple double.
He's arguably the best point guard in Heat history. He is. And not only that, he was the leading scorer on a finals team. Tim Hardaway never got to the finals.
No.
Never got to the finals.
That's a good point.
And are we really going to punish somebody because their foot exploded?
Exploded, dude.
His foot exploded. We're going to take away an honor from him.
Dude.
And he tried to gut it out in game 6.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
If you ask 1,000 Heat fans, give me a point guard in Miami Heat history, I would say 990 of them will say Hardaway. Right? Now, nobody's going to say Gogi.
That's okay. Most people are morons.
But that's how. No.
Wow. And I get it. Tim Hardaway's in the Hall of Fame.
Sometimes having a conversation with you is the equivalent to trying to get Big Spoon to be reasonable about something.
What do you mean?
Just what I said.
Okay, fine. So if he's just the second best point guard in Heat history.
Okay, but don't say arguably the best. He's not arguably the best.
He's arguably the best.
If he's second,
there's an argument. There's an argument.
Like you can't name 5 point guards that you would even mention in the conversation.
That's not true. That's not true.
Go.
That's not true. Tim
Give
Hardaway.
me 5 point guards.
Tim Hardaway.
Yep.
Goran Dragić.
Yep.
Mario Chalmers.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
a big
Go to
drop
break before I. So you're saying, let me get this straight. You're buffoon.
What?
Mario Chalmers is a top 5 point guard
in Heat
in
history?
Miami Heat history.
It's been very thin at the point guard.
Arguable.
No.
Okay.
Gary Payton.
Marcos.
Oh, that's a good one.
He played for like 12 seconds.
White chocolate.
The glove. Oh, you gotta love
You
that.
remember how excited when White Chocolate came down here?
Woo. Chris Quinn.
Okay. What are we doing here?
You're the worst.
Ray Frost.
You're the worst. You like a guy and you want to put them places they
He
should
deserves to be in the rafters, Leroy. He's a legend.
Hey, Stud Steve, Gogi should have his number retired just for slapping Ben Simmons in the back of the head.
Oh, come on.
How many great moments he slapped Ben Simmons in the side of the face. He put his chiclets on the line for this team. You know,
and got the foul called against him, I might add.
Busted eyes, fights. This dude is he's a Heat legend.
Didn't say he wasn't the epitome of what Heat culture is about.
He deserves to be up there. He deserves to be up there.
No,
and let's not,
no. The
All-star.
Wait, let me say this. The separation between Tim Hardaway and Gogi is bigger than you think.
It's not.
Come on, dude.
It's not.
You're doing recency bias.
I'm not doing recency bias.
You are. Yes, you are. Don't do
carried
it.
a team to the finals.
Is Gogi going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I mean, it is Basketball Hall of Fame, and he was the MVP for the Slovenian Euro team. So I think arguable that he could be in the Hall of Fame one day. If you account for
Tim Hardaway is a Hall of Famer.
Hold on.
Tim Hardaway is a Hall of Famer.
Hold on. It took him a very, very long time.
He's still a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Goran Dragić. He led Slovenia to the European Championship. Never thought of for a little country like that. He put Luka Doncic on the map.
He did. Also, he got his brother a job that one time, and Zoran was bad.
Marcos.
Zoran? Not good.
I'll have no more of this.
Heard.
Stop it. You're egging him on.
I'm not.
He's being ridiculous right now. I'm not saying Gogi wasn't an excellent Heat player.
Top 5.
Okay.
Is Kyle Lowry in the top 5 Heat point guards?
No.
He's better
Why,
than
yo? Like, come on, dude. What are you doing?
Well, what?
You don't think you're being ridiculous?
I don't think I'm being ridiculous.
Oh.
The only thing that's separating him, why? Because he didn't win a championship? His foot exploded.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm not even talking about that. No, Tim Hardaway didn't get as far as Gogi did. Tim Hardaway never got to the finals. Tim Hardaway was a better Heat player than Gogi.
No, he wasn't. Goran's ahead of him in all-time points.
Oh.
By 13.
Wow.
By 13 points?
Yeah.
How long did Tim Hardaway play here? How long did Tim Hardaway play here?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. It took him 6 years. Oh my goodness.
Different type of player.
He's making my point for me.
Why am I making your point for you? One
guy
guy
played
belongs
half
all.
the time and they have the same numbers.
It's not like I got to take down number 10 just because number 10's up there doesn't mean number 7 can. I want him in the rafters. He deserves it. Okay, he's totes adorbs, and I want him in the I want him to be in the rafters. Why do you have to argue against this? This guy's our friend.
He's a friend of the show.
One has nothing to do with the other. One has nothing to do with the other. You saying Gogi is our friend? Agreed. We all like Gogi. Absolutely.
Everybody loves Gogi.
Yes, everybody. Okay, everybody, not just us, right? But he's still not in the same class as Tim Hardaway.
He's literally above his class.
It took him 3 years.
Doesn't matter. He's there.
It took him 3 additional years to get 13 more points than Hardaway.
Since when did longevity?
Okay, average per game. What was the average per game?
In their Heat careers?
Yes.
Let me look. Hold on.
Goran's best season was 20.3 points per game. Tim Hardaway's best season, 20.3 points a game. That was 96-97 for Hardaway. Also, Hardaway joined us in 95 and left in 01. My math ain't mathing, but that ain't 3 years.
Yeah, what the hell's wrong with you?
3 prime years.
You see why you can't listen?
Woo, making my point for me.
This is why you can't have disputes with this man. Because sometimes you're disputing facts that aren't accurate.
All right. Goran Dragić in 444 games to Tim Hardaway's 419 games in the Miami Heat with the Miami Heat. Tim Hardaway, 16.9 points per game. Goran Dragić, 16.2 points per game. Samesies.
Whoa.
Samesies, dude.
There's an argument there.
Samesies. That's what all and you know what, Marcos?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say he was better. I just said it's arguable. And if you're arguable, you deserve to be in the rafters.
You said he was arguably the best point guard. I'm like, no, he's not arguably.
But he is. But he is.
He's not.
Dude.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Further than Tim Hardaway.
Wait. Right here, right now.
Yeah.
If I gave you a choice, prime Tim Hardaway or prime Gogi, Who you taking?
Prime Gogi.
Go to break. Go to break. I'm telling you, go to break because I'm about to cuss.
Leroy.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
What the? You're a buffoon.
I'm not a buffoon.
Gosh.
Samesies on games. Gogi got to the finals. That's not a tie? Tiebreaker?
What about defensively? I didn't watch Tim Hardaway. Was he good on defense?
I mean, listen, Goran was not exactly.
Hey, Timbo Slice said Leroy's five top 5 Heat point guards are Hardaway. Then Gogi. Just outside the top 5.
No trouble.
Dude, I'm with you. It's probably him number 1. But why is it being a close number 2 not get you up in the rafters?
Because here's what hurts Gogi. You ready? Because that was right around the time when he started playing positionless, and Gogi wasn't the only ball handler, right? When Tim Hardaway was playing point guard, he was the guy driving the bus every series. So there's a big difference.
But in the best postseason runs, Goran Dragić was the leading scorer for Miami in a team that got to the finals. Tim Hardaway
that one time
never got to the NBA finals.
That's what we're doing.
One time at band camp. Tim Hardaway never got to the lengths that Goran Dragić did.
Dude, stop it.
No, I'm not going to stop.
Tim Hardaway,
dude,
was a better point guard than Gogi. Okay?
Look,
this is no
I'm not gonna let
disrespect
you
to
do
Gogi.
No.
But I'm just telling you, if you think
I'm not going to let you do
that
this.
Gogi and Tim Hardaway are samesies,
no, Tim
you're a
Hardaway,
fool.
They both have signature moves. The killer crossover, okay, and then you had Gogi the iron shoulder, okay. You can't sit here.
The iron shoulder. I'm sure when I saw ESPN, they said, "Uh-oh, here comes the Gogi iron shoulder." You jackass!
The iron shoulder is an unstoppable maneuver. All right, just like a killer crossover.
Even JFig and Marcos are laughing at you.
This is
I never heard of iron shoulder. I never heard of that.
It's art. Look, I love Tim Hardaway. All right.
You wait. Okay. When I say Tim Hardaway, you say wicked crossover right away. Nobody, when I say Gogi, iron shoulder.
Dude, everybody's doing the iron shoulder now. You see, everybody is out here. Oh, look at this, look at that. Who taught Luka those moves? Gogi.
Okay.
All these.
No.
Let
me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you say Tim Hardaway, everybody in basketball will say wicked crossover, right? Killer crossover.
It's not wicked.
Okay. Killer crossover.
From
what do you think when they say Gogi, they say what? Tough. Dude, he's tough.
The iron shoulder. Everybody's doing the iron shoulder now.
No, dude.
No, Nikola Jokic is doing iron shoulder.
Leroy's is very angry.
Luka's doing iron shoulder. Gogi's iron shoulder is a signature move. So we got signature moves.
I want to hit you with an iron shoulder right now.
What do you mean, dude?
Right. And with my fist attached.
I don't understand. Okay.
Because you're being crazy.
This deserves to be up in the rafters.
Right now, all we need is Bugs Bunny going, deep. That's all, folks. Because that's what you sound like. Looney Tunes.
What were the numbers in regards to assists? You know, that's another.
I'd imagine Tim Hardaway smokes him in assists.
Yeah. Because he's a point guard.
And steals as well, too, by the way. What?
He's a point guard. A true point guard.
7.7 for Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
5 for Gogi. Not nothing. It's not like he's a ball hog.
Nobody called him a bum.
It's an argument.
You make me have to take these lengths to talk about players because you go all in on a player because you like him.
No, I love him.
Okay.
But if he stays healthy and wins the championship, is that like he's obviously gets in?
Can you put somebody in the Raptors because of 1 year?
But it's not just 1 year. He wasn't dude. He's an all-star.
Oh.
He's a top 10 scorer all time. He went.
Top
he
10
was
scorer where?
On the Heat's franchise.
Hold on. See, Marcos.
I'm looking it up right now. I'm looking it up.
I swear to God,
listen. My boy, to tell a story, he will lie.
He's number 9.
Okay, hold on.
Look, JFig. What's that say?
He's number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9 with what? Point guards?
No, number 9 in Heat players.
I don't have that. I don't have his number 9 on
Wait,
NBA.com.
go
And
over the
Basketball Reference right now.
Regular
Points.
season or
All-time points.
All-time.
All-time points.
So,
D-Wade.
wait, who's the top
D-Wade.
8?
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
D-Wade, Alonzo
Uh-huh.
Mourning,
Mm.
Glenn Rice, LeBron,
Uh-huh.
Chris Bosh, Ronnie Cycli, Bam, UD, Gogi, and Tim Hardaway.
What the hell is a Grant Long?
Oh man, he was the OG Bam. 5'9", he was 6'9", right? Small, playing center, doing dirty work. Dude, listen. What you have done.
Okay.
What you have done to this show with your antics in this period, in this last segment, is buffoonery, ridiculousness, and it's just crazy.
Tyler Hero's already 6th all-time in 3-point makes.
Yeah, because nobody was shooting threes before.
Gogi 7th, by the way. Ahead of Vashawn Leonard.
They weren't shooting threes back then.
He played 2 years ago.
No, I'm talking about
Oh, you're
with
talking
all
about
the other guys. So naturally, if you played in this era, you're going to move up a list because there is no list. Nobody would shoot threes.
I'm telling you right now, this guy deserves to be up in the rafters. I want number 7 retired. Pat, make it happen.
Oh, my goodness.
So what do we do with Kyle Lowry then? Do we just change his number like in the middle?
He can have it. He can be grandfathered. It's the last year of his contract.
Oh, my goodness. Dude, Lowry. Can I just say something? You're like that guy holding the Dr. Pepper and let the quarterback go through
Let's
the
say do
court.
it this year. Do it next
Right. You will change your mind on a player.
I'm not changing my mind.
Low dog is your guy, but hey, go get his number retired. Low dog.
Do it. They're retiring UD's number in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that's deserved.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Nah,
Of course.
yeah.
Of course. I mean, Gogu averages more points than him, but whatever.
Wait.
Quibbling.
Hold on. We need silence for a minute while I attack this clown. You're telling me that because Gogi has scored more points than UD, he should be in the Raptors with UD, with what UD has meant to this franchise?
I think if you asked Udonis Haslem, I think he would say Goran Dragić deserves to be up there.
He ain't gonna say no. They just got trouble for that.
Oh man, because of that. Bill Russell.
They just got trouble for that. He ain't gonna say no.
Take a break. Back after this.
WQ
560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. Check us on out there. Hockman and Crowder coming up after us today. Is today a Javon Holland day? Is he on the show today?
Yes. Well, according to all the promos we've been running today.
Okay.
That sounds about
It's good
right.
to see him back on the field.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, it was good seeing him.
And if you're gonna go on any kind of run, he needed to get some action. Getting ready for it. He got a lot of action.
It wasn't good action.
It wasn't
the
good.
defense.
But hey, he completed a game. That's good, right?
Yeah.
That was tough, man.
Completed a couple passes on his side.
You know what I hate? You want to know what really hurts the soul is like when Bradley Chubb is on the cart and then like Mike McDaniel's kind of like nuzzling up next to him and saying like, "It's gonna be okay, Brad. It's gonna be okay." I was like, "Oh,
no, it's not."
Is it though?
Because you know what's gonna happen in Hard Knocks, just like with the Jalen Phillips thing.
No,
they're gonna show Bradley Chubb, and we're gonna get like the way too detailed story of Bradley Chubb's injury. And what Mike McDaniel said to him, which is, "I'm sorry I failed you."
We're gonna get him right beforehand saying, "Coach, I got it. Let me do this for my team, for Jalen." And then you're gonna start crying, and then the injury is gonna happen, and I'm gonna be.
Why are y'all acting like they putting like production into this?
Oh, dude, they do. They do. Dude, Leroy, they do. I'm telling you. You gotta binge Hard Knocks, dude. It's so good. It's so good this year.
They got storylines. I didn't think they would have storylines.
Solana says Holland is confirmed, so he is showing up to the show.
Tell Solana to mind his business.
Yeah.
What is that?
What is he doing?
Sick of this guy.
Yeah. Like now he tell him to produce his show. We got this.
That's good though. I'm glad that if he's hosting shows, that means he's healthy enough to play on Sunday.
No, it
Yes.
doesn't. He was out and he was doing Tuesdays.
No. Whenever he was in, concussion protocol, and then when he was dealing with the knee thing, it's like he wasn't there. So then
I think the concussions he was there. I think for the knees he was.
Oh, well, you know what? Well, he needs to get his ass in the starting lineup. How about that?
You go, boy.
Proud of yourself. Yes. Speaking of, when we were on break, there was a huge controversy that hit the Miami Heat legend, Udonis Haslem, because he dared besmirch the name at one point in his life of Bill Russell. Udonis Haslem is a new podcast with Mike Miller, the OGs. Very good.
Nice.
I've heard the BAM interview they did was tremendous. I need to know who James Johnson whooped in the shower.
Oh,
what?
They were that kind of information?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I'm guessing Hassan.
Oh, you think so?
I'm guessing Hassan.
Oh man. All right.
Apparently somebody called James Johnson the B word, and there was a fight in the shower. He goes, we're doing this right now.
Wow.
You remember, was it James Johnson who told the story of his brother? They used to do stuff in the ring, and his brother went disrespected his dad, so they were going to do it in the ring, and his brother bent over, as a sign of respect.
That's too late.
And his dad uppercutted him and say, "Now you want to show respect?"
I'm looking at it online. Someone says, "Gotta be Dion Waiters." I
don't know. I don't think it would have been Dion. I don't know.
Man,
Schmidt says it was definitely Luke Babbitt. I could see Luke
for
Babbitt
sure.
mouthing off.
Absolutely.
But either way, the one that got the Celtics fans in their fields, and Jaylen Brown, by the way, was this story that Bam had told about Udonis Haslem, because UD, they were getting ready to play the Celtics, and UD was so upset at he hates the Celtics. He hates their guts. And he said to the Heat, putting up Bill Russell's number. It's not a jersey. They have a number 6 up there. They've gotten rid of the jerseys, thank God. The Michael Jordan jersey. It used to be a Dan Marino jersey up there. Now it's just a red 13 and a red 23, an aqua 13, and a green number 6. But apparently this set Udonis Haslem off, and Bam revealed the story.
We playing Boston, so his feel on that. Yeah. So dog, we in the huddle, and Cap come in there. He gave his pregame speech, and they retired like Bill Russell's jersey for everybody in the league. So they got 6 in our Raptors.
Hey, he in his pregame speech like,
tell me when you gonna see a Miami Heat jersey hang in a Boston.
Bill Russell too. I said, bro, this man dead. OG.
I had to repent that. I love Bill. No
Bill
disrespect to Bill. I love Bill. He just caught that straight. There's no disrespect. I love
Bill.
Bill and what he
Man
did
caught
for
it
the
straight and
basketball.
he's 6 feet under, man.
But will you ever see a Miami Heat jersey hanging in Boston Raptors?
Man,
Respect to Bill Russell. I love it. Why the fuck he got to hang in here? That come out the people mouth to us when we playing there.
Man, listen.
I might not take back what I said. Now that I think about it, the way the shit that they say to us.
First of all, Bill had to go through it.
Oh, I love that.
I love the fact that he's like, you know what? I was gonna walk
He
it back.
tried to be nice. He tried to walk it back. Then he say, wait a minute. None of our jerseys gonna be up there. No. No. Listen, I understand where he's coming from, right?
I do too.
It don't really have nothing to do with Bill Russell.
Has nothing to do with
It
Bill
has
Russell.
to do with a Celtic jersey or number hanging up in a Heat arena. And so I would say this. What is there a Heat player that would be up there?
No.
You think Boston, when it's all said and done, would put LeBron's jersey up, LeBron's number up there?
No shot. No shot.
They
No
wouldn't
shot.
they wouldn't put Kobe's number up there either.
No shot.
Lakers? Right.
No shot. Look,
So
it's nice-
I get where UD's coming from, but people get here. Sometimes you got to listen to people's comments and understand where they're coming from and what they mean. Everything don't mean disrespect, right? You say anything negative, you a hater or you disrespecting.
It's also
UD's not disrespecting Bill Russell. He's disrespecting the fact that there's a Boston Celtic number in the Raptors of the Miami Heat. That's it.
It's hilarious to hear any Celtic fan who's like, I can't believe you would besmatch Bill Russell, which, by the way, like you guys have it on your own right, Celtics fans.
First of all, nothing says I'm an intangible like besmirch.
That's right.
You ain't gonna hear Pookie say, you know what? Not only was I disrespected, I was besmirched up in here.
We're trying to act like, but we're trying to act like there's not a difference between competition and feelings of competitiveness against a franchise and him actually hosing down a man who obviously went through a lot in his life.
No, listen. Everybody knows what the hell he was saying.
Yeah,
but to like, and here's where it gets here's where it gets difficult, because you have the respected people, the responsible people who follow basketball that come out and say some dumb stuff without giving the whole story because they want to click. You see what I'm saying? We all know what UD meant.
Yeah, and we all now know, if you didn't know what he meant, we know now this man is insane. That was the point of Bam's story. He's like, this man is so insane, he'll tell a dead man to bleep off. That's how much he hates a franchise.
Right.
That's tough.
That is tough.
That's tough.
Dude, like, I'm going to tell you right now, if I were to pass out on my street and a Pittsburgh Steeler walk by, he's stepping over me. And I throw him a thumbs up. He say, because I look up at him and say, I step over your ass too. Right. That's it. No, that's okay. That's okay. Right? That's why these rivalries are what they are.
Jaylen Brown's going to go out there. Oh, I'm going to like this tweet that's against Udonis Haslem, kid. You know what?
Tell you know what? Learn how to dribble left.
Yeah. Hopefully you're not liking it with your left hand. You probably drop your phone.
Jesus. You can't dribble left.
Well,
So
you can't. I see the work.
No, listen, I knew it was gonna happen, but I had to share that story just because we know how passionate UD is. You know, all of us who've been around him, who you really talk to UD. You know, he's really passionate about us. You know, he's really passionate about the Heat. He's passionate about who talks about us, how they talk about us. He's one of those guys that we don't listen to the noise, but he'll articulate it to us in his own way. So you know how that goes. But, it's one of those things where we knew that he was going to be upset. But I felt like it was a great story to share just because, it was just him at his utmost, like, motivating but / like just him being himself and just explaining it. But, we have we all respect Bill Russell for what he's done for us as players, and as, black people and the stuff he had to go through. So, just to clear that air before people start talking about that, we all know we respect that man.
Yeah. Well,
it had to do with being a Boston Celtic, people. Stop it. Stop it.
What do you mean,
Like,
people?
yeah, come on.
I think what he basically just said was Jaylen Brown sensitive.
Baby.
Sensitive.
But that's when you comment without knowing the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because if you heard the story and heard, you know what I mean? It had more to do with Bill Russell being a Celtic, not Bill Russell being Bill Russell.
Udonis Haslem would tell a ghost to bleep off, though.
Oh, yeah.
Take a break. Back after this.
Spend your afternoon
right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with
Get my glow sticks. Get my glow sticks.
Let's get to our favorite, usually weekend recap game. But it's,
JFig loses?
No, that's just a tradition.
Unlike any other.
Speaking, you are the one that's had the most costumes on the show.
Yeah, but mine are one-offs. Like, you know, like I'll just
No,
talk myself into other bets. Like if you did do as much talking into the other bets, you'd lose too. I mean, like you lost double-digit games, JFig. That's a record.
I don't want to talk about
That's
it.
Next month.
Woo!
By the way, the funniest thing this weekend was the picture of the sloth picking games.
I know all that time. Like you might want to go a little. You might want to go a little faster on Thursday.
Oh, that was hilarious.
You get all this time to like dwell over the game. What games do I pick?
And only all that to be wrong. Like next month, just go opposite.
That's what I was told. Thank you.
Ooh, damn, that's a good game plan.
Let's get to all right. Oh no, here.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, we had a long weekend. We didn't get to play yesterday.
I wasn't prepared for this.
All right.
Well, you got time. You got time.
Clearly not enough.
You got time. All right. My all right goes to Goran Dragić.
All right.
Retired. Love him. Belongs in the rafters. My oh no.
There's an argument.
Working my oh no's. I have so many oh no's. I have like 3 oh no's. My first oh no, Mike McDaniel for having Bradley Chubb on the field.
Oh, really?
Hey,
Who else you gonna put in there? They're just limited.
figure it out. Number 2, and also have a quicker have quicker reasoning for it. 7-minute answer about Bradley Chubb and why you had him in there, and your answer at the end of it was time machine. Doesn't exist, dude. My next oh no goes to ESPN.
Oh no! Wow, why?
They put boobies on television.
ESPN.
Yep. They were on Bourbon Street. Some lady, they were doing like one of those drone shots.
Yeah.
And some Hooters popped out.
Well, I mean, what are they? I mean,
It's Bourbon Street. What did you expect?
Exactly.
But I mean, like they got to have a better awareness of that.
Yeah.
Kids watching.
Were you complaining about it?
I wasn't complaining about it, but listen, if you know anything about this country and how people were crazed about Shakira and J-Lo in their halftime show,
Still don't understand.
I'm sure somebody's going to be upset about it. So ESPN, tighten up.
Tighten up, dude.
My third oh no goes to Conor McGregor.
What did he do?
Okay.
Because now he's saying he's coming back June 29th, International Fight Week against Michael Chandler at 185 pounds. He's only the most he's fought as 170. I don't believe him. I think he's lying.
Yeah, he's a liar.
I think he's lying. So that's my oh no's. What do you got, Leroy?
All right, so my all right is going to go to Blake Corum, who became the all-time leading scorer touchdown getter in Michigan history, and well earned. Got his 56th touchdown. He passed Anthony Thomas, so it's really cool because he's a scoring machine, and that 17-yard run at the end against that defense was amazing. So kudos to him. My oh no, there's a fine list that I could go to, but I guess I'm gonna go with Old Faithful Eli Apple, who never seems to disappoint.
Bum.
Never seems to. I told you guys.
Total bum,
I
dude.
told you guys. Like one of the reasons why you have veterans on your team is because no matter how much or how little they play, they're always going to be prepared like professionals, right? You tell me if he looked like he knew what the hell he was doing out there.
Nope.
Okay, that's my own no. A veteran, a guy that they're relying on you to be a pro.
Yeah, if you're not going to play a second-round pick, your answer better be, well, he knows what the play is.
Right.
And he did. It was crazy. JFig, you ready? You want me to go to Frog Boy?
I'm sort of ready. Do you guys remember Devin Booker?
You losing double-digit wins? Yeah, we do.
Do I remember
Cool.
Devin Booker and Grant Williams getting into it? No, I don't.
No, I don't actually. I don't remember
I
that.
think it was Christmas. right?
This Christmas?
Yeah.
This Christmas? Okay. Devin Booker, Grant Williams. Grant Williams, what's up with this guy, man?
Grant
What do
Williams
people identify
of
with?
Jimmy Butler's son
Oh,
fame.
they did. Yes, I do. There's a kerfuffle going on here. They had to be separated.
Grant Williams of Jimmy Butler taking his lunch money fame.
Oh, yes. That's right.
No, I don't
correct.
recall this. What happened?
Double
Too busy
technical.
cashing in on Jaime Jaquez to care about this game.
Well, there was just a double technical foul called against both of them, and
Nice.
I just really enjoyed watching them fight. So.
Oh,
so that was your all right?
So that's
That was
your
my
all
all
right.
right,
We'll
yeah.
hold on to that for 9 days.
Violence.
You're
Huh?
welcome.
All right.
All right. What's
I
your
was
oh no?
prepared for this.
Okay.
It's not Monday. My oh no was just you.
Wow.
Jeez.
Boy, that had a whole lot of anger. She just looked over like,
Literally walk in this morning and it's instant like bullying.
Yeah, we were calculating the.
They're laughing at me as I was walking in.
The only thing that's the
wait,
only that was present
I
was
might add, JFig, on time.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
pretty
instead
good.
of being like, "Oh my God, JFig, Happy New Year's, nice seeing you," whatever, it's
we
instant.
happen to be talking. We happen to be talking about you
Double.
right as it happened. Like you just walked up and be like, Marcos, we were talking about old JFig 11, and and then all of a sudden there she is, pops right up, and so yeah, it was natural. We were going to talk about what
There's
we were making
Ocean's 11 and there's JFig 11.
Yep.
One
There's
gets you a
7-11.
bunch of money and one gets you throwing at a dartboard.
Yeah, one.
One's dangerous.
Marcos.
Yes.
What do you got, buddy?
My all right.
Wrong.
Heard. You may want to hear this. You may agree.
What you got?
Florida State Seminoles getting their butt whoop, baby. Wow. That was great, dude. I wanted the 70. Personally, I wanted the 70. But, I'll take 63.
You got to show some mercy,
Yeah, it's really sweet of them.
All right.
But there's nothing sweeter than FSU tears. It's just absolutely amazing. My oh no.
I mean, to have all that belly aching and
Right?
to say you're gonna have politicians sue for you and you
Get outta
give up
here.
60
You see what Ron
60
DeSantis
points.
did?
No.
He changed the lights of wherever the hell he freaking is stationed out of to garnet and gold in honor
Wow.
of the Florida State Seminoles.
Did
who
he go to
were
Florida
out.
State?
I don't know. He seems like a Florida State scum. My oh no, you're not gonna like this, Tobin. Or you may. Goes to Manny Pacquiao.
Why?
He announced his rematch with Floyd Mayweather. Who the hell cares, dude? He's 50 years old as well. What's up with these old people wanting to fight, man? I don't want to see that.
Oh no.
Fight Jake Paul.
If Japan's gonna give you $20 million to fight Floyd Mayweather in an exhibition, you're not gonna do it.
20 million. Hell yeah, I'll fight Floyd Mayweather for 20 million. But come on, take that Jake Paul fight.
Really? That's what you want to see him fight?
I would love to see him kill Jake Paul.
So they're gonna fight again, Mayweather and
Like in an exhibition, just like Roy Jones, Mike Tyson.
so it's not gonna count against his record.
Nah.
Do you think they're going to take it seriously, or they're just going to be like 20 million as a?
I don't think they're gonna take it seriously.
That's unfortunate.
Man,
You know what?
I-
Further
I-
ads in my case. Bastards.
So you think they're gonna be in there like Fat Elvis's? Oh no.
I don't think they'll be fat. I think Floyd's in good shape. Manny's, I think, in decent shape, but I don't think they're going to look like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. I think it's going to look like when Floyd Mayweather fights all these other kickboxers.
Huh.
Shows up, gets a check, gets his courtside seats to the Heat game.
What if he dominates? What if Pacquiao dominates him?
What if he
never
does?
happened? Never happened.
And what if he
Never
does?
happened.
Who cares?
Never
When they fought when it mattered, he didn't.
But there was illegal activity going on.
There was?
I don't know. I'm
His
just
shoulder was hurt?
Yeah, ha! You know what I mean. There's an argument there.
Oh my goodness. We need to ban that.
I think there probably was a time where Manny probably could have gotten the better. He got him a little late. Floyd's always very calculated with that. Like when
That's why he wouldn't fight Canelo again.
Yeah, when he picks opponents. But I think ultimately Floyd probably would have won a decision against Manny at any time. Like he's a counterpuncher. Manny always struggled with counterpunchers. Did with Juan Manuel Marquez. So, but still love him. Love watching. I was actually watching an old Manny Pacquiao fight this week. I was watching him against Marco Antonio Barrera.
Huh.
I need a life.
Yeah, your old Pacquiao fights? You're missing. There was no action towards the end of the year.
There's been no fights.
Yeah, no.
No, there's no fights. I missed it. I was like, it was like Saturday night. I'm like, I need to watch a fight or something. So I threw it up on YouTube. That's our show for today, everybody. Everybody's got to move on. Well, watch Hard Knocks tonight.
Yeah, then move on.
And then after we talk about that, then we move on to the Bills.
Yeah.
Until then, JFig, 11 losses.
You know what? I'm gonna get the darts from my desk, and you're gonna start aiming. Okay?
Did you do that to honor Jaime Jaquez?
Ooh, number 11.
I did.
Wow. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
With all due respect, F off.
Where are you coming back from, Max? Coming off the old John.
Say, don't nobody go in there for 25 to 30 minutes.
Tua puts it literally right in your breadbasket between 3 defenders.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
Listen to